Silent John incremental, another silent instrumental, the nerd rap existential. People compare me to MC Christopher a lot, but the fact is I predict them with significance. I'm the oldest geek rapper by far, save K&R, compiling kernels, open bracket, cause I racket. And my teeners throw your laser pen in the air and wave it all around like you had no repercussions. Now follow instructions, Professor. Why these discussions consist of nothing but incoherent rambling and babbling, but you just still take notes cause you never know what's happening. I'll drop a little nugget, a tidbit if you will. There were 4 United States presidents named Bill.
Really?
If you run out of hit points, the game will shout.
Your life force is running out.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life, yeah. Let me start again, put it on like a cardigan, swinging like my name was Mad Mardigan, which reminds me, Warwick Davis was Willow and a Newok, Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron and Spock. That ain't typecast, I don't know what it. Talk about predestiny, nobody gets the best of me. I've only played one role my whole lifetime, the nerd lifeline, stream through a wicked pipeline. So no one can bite mine, cause mine is original and I write rhymes to burn on a CD, play in the mini V. Soccer moms yodel back, yodel at belittle me. I got a sidekick, I gotta stay connected. Watch out for my decom or you'll get infected. And you don't wanna be one of my bots, cause I see it all like Saw on the Cyclops. And I won't hesitate to drop your whole net block if you're acting up and you're dumber than a pet rock. I'm about this nerd life, as you can see, spreading like a virus on MP3.
On MP3. STC. Shoutouts to Vic. Acknowledge.
Now, I would not care one lick if it was the jackass squad that we always have to talk about, and the fake journalist that can't show his fucking face on the screen, and we don't know his real name because
Rico, I don't have access, but I got interviews.
Right. He can't.
More than I have.
He doesn't have any media credentials, but he's a journalist.
What's up, meatbags? It is the often imitated, never duplicated, running solo Tony TGD. As you can see, I'm by myself. No Gary. Gary is missing in action. I don't know where he's at. Hopefully, at some point in the show, he will pop up and join us. But right now, it's just me. I do have a backup plan, like I always do. So in a few minutes, we will be joined by Hammock Man. But before we get to that, let's just say hi to everybody in the chat. We got Rhea, she's up there. KP, MIDI Music Forever, who has been hitting my content hard. Thank you for that, MIDI. We got Sean Bernard, what up? Luke Skywalker's in the house. We got Ren of Heavens. Who else we got in here? Chappie McChapster, Robo Blue. And of course, you got me. But like I said, Gary is MIA. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what's up with him. I've been messaging him for the last 10 minutes on Twitter. No reply. So hopefully he's alive. Hopefully the Amico Samurais have not gotten him. As you can see, I do struggle on my own. So this is going to be a very interesting opening. Dazed is going to be in the house soon, hopefully, so he can save me. I need some saving. Kermit needs a dentist. Yeah, this is just the Halloween teeth. So I guess I just go into how my week's been, which it's been really interesting because as some of you know, there was a gentleman by the name of Sinister Moon who made a nice little video basically shitting on everybody in the Amico community, basically trying to cement himself as the only objective person to look at the Amico, the only real, as he put it in his words, the only real reviewer. He shit on people who, like me, don't use their real face, don't come out on camera. And basically he was tough talking saying he'd whip people's ass, calling people cowards. And of course, me and Ninja Kitty, we couldn't let that go. We said, let's have a little fun with this guy. Let's have a little fun with Sinister Moon. So we both made videos. Ninja Kitty made one with Sinister Moon's face superimposed on Fat, the guy from Dodgeball at the end. See, this is why I need a partner, because I can't think of the fucker's name. Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller in a fat suit. He superimposed Sinister Moon's face on it. Made a little video. Had Carl superimposed onto Terminator. It was a whole big thing, big production. You know, Ninja Kitty goes all out. He does that shit. It was funny. Sinister Moon, he even hopped in and said it was a funny video, guys. He enjoyed it. So, of course, he's going around the comment section talking mad shit still, saying that he's making all this money off the haters and the haters are paying him, and he's glad to get this attention. He's glad that Ninja Kitty made the video because Sinister Moon's making all kind of money. He's making bank off of us, guys. So, of course, I couldn't let that go. So I clipped that comment from Ninja Kitty's video, and I superimposed it on top of his social blade, which showed that he wasn't making jack shit from YouTube. I think it was like a couple $100. And so I put that with a Wojak of a guy crying with the mask on to hide his tears, with the Flight of the Conchords song "I'm Not Crying." It's a 2-minute video, no talking. It was just that, just a picture. And of course, the thumbnail was Sinister Moon with a clown makeup on and big clown nose. And Sinister Moon, he didn't like that. He didn't appreciate the attention that he was getting. So he decided he was going to copy strike my video. He was going to copy strike Ninja Kitty's video. He said that it wasn't fair use, that we were using his intellectual property, that we were using his copyrighted material. He ran and cried to Mommy YouTube. After all that big bad talk, he cried. He said, "Hey, get these videos taken down. They're making fun of me." So, of course, numerous people in the community had issue with that. Saggy Melons, Retro Bro, several others. They came out and said, "Hey, you're being a dick, Sinister Moon. This is wrong." First off, it's fair use what they did. Secondly, you were talking mad shit, and now you're just upset that you got shit back on. But still, he doubled and tripled down. Was leaving comments on Saggy's video, leaving comments in his own video, talking shit. But eventually, Mr. Sinister Moon realized that me and Ninja Kitty, we weren't gonna go gently in that good night. He realized that we were gonna end up, fighting these bogus strikes. So eventually, Sinister Moon decided that I threw him a little life raft. I threw him a little bone. I said, "Hey, you could basically take the strikes off, and I'll private the video of mine, and I'll talk to Ninja Kitty, and he'll private his, and no harm, no foul." So he's agreed to do that. The guy flexed. Yeah, like Mike Garcia says, he flexed and he cried. And he basically admitted that it was a bogus strike, and he actually said that he didn't think that YouTube was going to strike our channels, that he just assumed that in the 7 days YouTube would figure out that it was a stupid strike and that they would just let it go. So I reminded Sinister Moon that doing that would be a violation of the terms of service for YouTube, and he can get his whole channel taken away for doing that stupid shit. So of course he's been crying and all over my DMs, begging for mercy. But we got Dazed Gaming in the house. What's up, Dazed? Well, he's here in spirit, at least. Imagine if he gets striked in the end. He doesn't have to get striked. I hope nothing happens to him. I hope no one strikes him. I hope nobody fucks with his channel. You see, he's already proven to be a nobody, to be irrelevant. He gets no attention. He gets no love from the community, from any community. And basically he's fucked himself over, fucked his channel over, and he's going to be wallowing in obscurity as he has been for the last 15 years, because he has been on 15 years on YouTube. And he hasn't grown. He doesn't got any attention. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody's heard of him. See, Days Gaming says my mic isn't working. God damn it. Also, what the fuck? He pinned my comment. Yeah, he did. I saw that, Lord Rakin. So that is the situation with Sinister Moon. We've agreed to private our videos, and he's agreed to remove the strike. He has sent a email to YouTube. I did see that. He sent me a screenshot of it. So the process has started. So hopefully in a couple of days, I'll get the official confirmation. And Mike Garcia says he came after the Amico community and got wrecked. Yeah. He thought that he was going to bully me, Ninja Kitty. He saw that we had small channels. He probably figured we had no backup. We had nobody that was going to put their neck out for us. He has no idea, what's going on. He didn't realize that, Saggy Melons and Retro Bro, who we do occasionally disagree with, they had our back. He didn't think that was going to happen. He didn't think someone big like Tipster, who did drop in on the whole chain of events, he didn't think that was going to happen. Lord Reagan said, I wasn't on his side. I was telling him once the cult bans you for speaking your mind, it's very hard to give them a pass. Yeah. Hey, what's up, computer coder? So basically, like I said, he thought he was going to bully people. He thought he was going to push his weight around. I think he has like 4,000 subs. Give it up for Dachin. Hey, what's up, Dachin? He's got like 4,000 subs. Barely cracks 100 views on some of his videos. He says he does this for fun, guys. He's not trying to make money. He's not trying to be a big-time YouTuber. It's just fun. It's just fun to strike people's channels and try to get their whole thing shut down. It's fun. But I think he's learned his lesson. I think he'll have second thoughts about coming at faceless YouTubers, faceless nobodies on the internet. They say don't feed the trolls. Well, don't attack the trolls either. If you think someone's a troll, why would you attack them? Why would you, invite them to come over and fuck with you? And really, that's what he did. He invited me to come over and fuck with him, and he didn't like the results. And he learned his lesson, I guess. I hope he has. Now, hopefully, Days Gaming gets his mic set up. We can get some conversation going. Nope, he's gone. Mini Music says nobody is faceless. Yeah, that's right. Nobody is faceless. But, I don't show my face on YouTube for a variety of reasons. Dachin says let's poo on the cult. No, there's no pooing on the cult. The cult, there is no cult. Let's stop calling them a cult, guys. Come on. I feel bad. You can't call them a cult. Saggy Melons and Retro Bro did help me. They stuck their neck out for me. They didn't have to. Yeah, that's right, Lord Reagan. Some of us have jobs and lives outside of YouTube. Yeah, I really don't need people recognizing my face and saying, hey, that's the weirdo that complains about Amigo on YouTube all the time. Some of us are smart enough not to put our mugs on the internet. Yeah. Chappie says I don't show my face on YouTube because it would horrify people. I don't show my face on YouTube because I'm afraid of all the subs that I would get from all the female viewers. I wouldn't be able to handle all the attention. I'd have to, had to shut off all my DMs, had to close my email. I'd be getting too many messages, too many naked pictures would be sent my way. And I don't think I could handle that. So that's why I don't show my face. MIDI Music says, let's stop calling the cult a cult. Tommy himself would be calling my job and Tony TGD's job if he knew. Nah, I don't think Tommy would. I'm pretty sure they could figure out. I mean, Tommy has my address. That soothing voice is all we need. Yeah, thank you. I guess I'll address this too because I see this pop up every once in a while about how I'm a horrible, horrible person and I'm cyber stalking and I'm harassing and I'm doing all these terrible, terrible things. And I've had 2 packages from Intellivision delivered to my house. They have my full name, my address. They know where I live. If I was doing horrible, horrible things, I'm pretty sure it would be really easy for them to just say, hey, there's where the guy lives. Go get him. I mean, so the fact that I'm still on YouTube, I'm still talking, I'm still, doing my thing pretty much cements the fact that the whole idea that I am a horrible person doing horrible things is completely fabricated and wrong. Random Heaven says he wants to jump in. So, all right, let's, I'll put the link in the chat. Hopefully only Ren of Heavens jumps on. I don't need no surprises. Lord Bacon says, Sagan retro step back a little bit, but Relic Gamer is for sure acting like a cult member. Relic Gamer is something else. Oh, shit. We got Vito in the house.
Yo.
What's going on, Vito? I heard you had a busy week.
Yeah, I actually just finished doing a podcast and I saw you were live, so I thought I would say hi.
Vito pops on and everybody else wants to jump in and join in.
Yeah.
So
I know that link was for someone else, but I know you had invited me on, so I thought I'd jump in.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Daze.
Okay, sorry. I mean, I am a boomer. Last minute trying to get my shit to work. I failed.
It's all right. So we got Vito on with us, Pigsy, Abacus, and Daze Gaming. But Vito, I want to ask you about the whole InfoWars thing. What was up with that? I was surprised.
Now, what, me going on InfoWars?
Yeah, I was a little shocked.
You know what? I honestly didn't put much thought into it. They invited me, and I said, yeah. Honestly, I went on because I knew it would make certain people very angry. And I thought that would be funny.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people online shitting on you, Vito, saying they didn't want to back you up.
Well, because I did this thing. Look, everybody's saying I flagged somebody's channel, which is just not true. But that's what that's the narrative they're running with. I just said, look, man, I don't like Alex Jones, and I think it makes this whole movie commentary space look stupid if you have him on. He was on there talking about a lot of conspiracy theory nonsense on this stream that's supposed to be about comic books and movies and whatever, with a bunch of these guys who, I don't know, man. I don't think Alex Jones is a force for good in the world. But that doesn't mean, I didn't go on Alex Jones's segment. He has other guys who work for him. I went on with this guy Mason. That guy seemed very level-headed. We had a very level-headed conversation,
Yeah, I seen the whole Alex Jones with Geeks and Gamers. It was weird. I was like, why would they even invite him on? It was kind of a...
Well, because those guys pretend to be, man, they're political guys now. Both, a lot of these guys, I know both Ryan Kinnell and his buddy Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, they kind of use the Spider-Man, Marvel, whatever stuff to get people over to their other channel, where they kind of have, it's more political and who you should vote for and whatever else. And you're like, all right, man, why don't you keep those two things separate? Why don't you have Alex Jones go on the political channel? But it's kind of, they're kind of trying to get their audience to think one way. They don't really want diversity. It's not like they have these panels. It would be nice if they have some voices that are maybe more to the left. These guys all seem far to the right. But, whatever. They have their little safe space where they all talk to themselves and they all agree with themselves and never disagree about anything. And then they bring Alex Jones on to continue, spreading whatever that side of the equation is. I can't stop them, but I think it may, I hate getting lumped in with these guys. That's the other thing. Everyone goes, oh, you're one of those geeks and gamers types. You're one of those, quartering types. You hate women. You hate diversity. And I'm like, it's just not me. But the whole space looks poisoned because of some of the stuff these guys have been doing. It sucks.
Yeah, well, I definitely agree with that because, I've had to deal with that kind of thing myself. I try to do video game stuff, movie reviews and all that. And you always get lumped in with the quartering types. If I have an opinion that happens to be just a little to the right, suddenly I'm far right Nazi. Even though I'm Mexican, I'm some far right Nazi who's crazy and wants to fucking deport everybody or some shit.
I get called alt-right all the time, and I'm like, well, why are you calling me that? And the reason is some of my thumbnails maybe look like a thumbnail from a different, guy who says kind of crazy stuff about, no black women in my James Bond or whatever. And I'm like, well, that sucks. Obviously, whatever. I can't call them 100% responsible for that insinuation. It just kind of sucks that it seems like movie reviews, game reviews, whatever you want to say, it kind of tends towards that. I think the audience came in and the audience was very much, open-minded, but then these guys kind of took over the space and now the audience, is all politically aligned with them. And it's kind of made it a little bit toxic. Some of what these guys say is a little toxic. But that being said, I've said, people were very upset about this thing I tweeted. They thought I was trying to get their channel taken down. I don't want anyone's channel to get taken down. I'm not trying to do that. And I apologize for giving the appearance that that's what I was trying to do. Because that's not what was going on.
Well,
and nobody believes me, and that's fine, because all the people who don't believe me are like psychopath, anti-vaxxer, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, those people hated me anyway. So I'm not. Nothing has changed.
Well, I mean,
I will announce though once again, a lot of people hate me. I will say this though: I have offered to the so-called Friday Nights Tights crew. I've offered to apologize for my tweet that offended a lot of people, and I will donate $100 to the charity of each of their choice. Just tell me which charity you want me to send it to. And so far, they've decided, no, that doesn't. You can't apologize. You're not allowed to apologize. What you did is so heinous. And I'm like, well, if I can't apologize, then what can I do? I have tried to apologize, tried to put my money where my mouth is. They don't like the apology, then fine, let's move on from there. But you can't say I didn't try.
Well, they need you as an enemy, Vito. They need you as a target that they could aim at. Someone they.
And I told them they can still have me as an enemy. I said, even if I apologize to you and you accept my apology, I still expect you to hate me. I hate you guys. That's fine. An apology doesn't mean we're suddenly best friends. An apology just means, yeah, I did a stupid thing to you. I take ownership for it. Let's go back to yelling at each other. But no, they would rather continue to say Vito is. They say I'm anti-free speech, which is clearly not true. I just had one of the most obvious supports of free speech in probably the whole year. I actually went out and did something. That's the other thing. These guys don't go out. These guys don't go to protest. These guys don't go out in their community. All they do is sit in front of the computer and yell about movies and comic books. So they're really mad that everybody's saying, wow, that Vito guy, he really cares about free speech. And they're going, no, he doesn't, because he tweeted one shitty thing like a month ago that really pissed me off. Oh, fuck you. I apologize for it. I've people learn from experiences. I learned what I did. I'm like, yeah, that was fucked up. I shouldn't have done it. What more do you want? They're driving me up a wall. Just say you don't accept the apology and you're going to be mad forever. That's fine. I want you to admit, there's an apology out there. I want you to say, we know Vito tried to apologize and we don't care. We don't like the apology. Just say that. Stop lying to your audience and saying that I never tried to apologize, because that's just untrue.
I don't want to dominate the panel. So, Pigsy, you got anything to add to this? I see you looking antsy over there.
No, not much I could really add to it, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So,
you don't have to like me. I don't expect anyone to like me. I'm a very unlikable person, So I'm not telling these people they got to like me. I'm just saying, bros, I'm trying to apologize. I can't think of a better way to apologize than giving away hundreds of my own dollars. I really can't. Because most apologies suck.
As the old saying goes, like, if people don't like you, you're obviously doing something right.
That's what I always say. I mean, yeah, yep. I do agree with that statement. I just hate that these guys are out here and they keep repeating the same thing. They keep saying Vito never tried to apologize to us. Vito's a snake. Vito's a liar. And I'm like, what? How much? I don't know, man. I mean, I can't burn my house to the ground for you, but I'm willing to put up some money to show that I really, I'm. What do you want to say? I want to own up to what I did. I feel bad about it. What else can I do?
MIDI music forever. He's not really up on the lore. He don't know what's going on, so he wants to know what did the tweet say exactly.
The tweet said, "Hey, why is Alex Jones going on these movie music? Why is he going on this movie podcast talking about vaccines don't work, talking about Pizzagate?" And then I said, "YouTube, is this against the terms of service?" And I said at YouTube, and they're saying because I said at YouTube, that was me trying to get it taken down. I wasn't trying to get it taken down. I really wasn't, because I don't think you can't get it taken down by tweeting at YouTube. You can get it taken down if you go and you file a report. But whatever. Let's go with what they're saying, which is that I tried to get it taken down, which I have to say I really wasn't. But let's say I'm so stupid and I didn't realize that maybe I was trying. Maybe it would have gotten it taken down because I'm an idiot and I didn't realize it. Okay, I'm an idiot. I fucked up. I feel bad because it made it look like I don't care about free speech, and I do. I really do. And I would like to apologize, and I would like to donate $100. Each of you pick a charity and tell me, because I don't think apologies matter. Okay, I think apologies suck because you can never know. Well, he might just be lying. He's just trying, get back what he had. Blah blah blah. The only way I think an apology could work is if I go, no, I'm gonna back it up. I'm gonna get 100. There was 8-9 guys on that panel. $900. I hate to say it, is not it's not like I make a ton of money doing this. Okay, giving up $1,000 of my own money is a decent chunk of change. So, but if you say no and you're like, no, fuck you, don't give. I mean, I'm going to donate some money anyway. I'm going to donate some money to a cat shelter if these guys don't take me up on my offer. But I don't know. What else can I do? How do you apologize? Trump doesn't apologize for anything, and it seems to work out pretty well for him. So I guess that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, I know those guys are always in the big never apologize for what you do. Whenever a figure gets, canceled, quote unquote canceled.
Right.
They're always saying that don't apologize. You didn't do nothing wrong. Don't apologize. So maybe you did fuck up by apologizing. Maybe you should just never apologize. But
that's literally what they say. And then when you try to apologize, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Here, I'm actually going to get screenshots of these guys. Here's D-Day Cobra saying never apologize. I'm getting a screenshot of that. That's good. Because these guys are fucking hypocrites, man. They go, you got to apologize to us. Apologize. Never apologize.
If they don't take you up on this apology, you should donate hundreds of dollars in their name to something like Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I'm going to donate. I don't know about Planned Parenthood.
Good.
I don't know where I'm going to send it. Somebody suggested the Wounded Warriors Project. I'll find a charity or two. And
veterans or children?
We'll figure it out. Veterans for Truth? Is that what you said?
No, veterans or children charities. Be the best two.
Yeah, are good. Well, I love animals. I was thinking an animal charity because an animal never did me wrong. Animal never spit in my eye.
That's it.
I feel bad for animals because they can't. People can kind of take care of themselves. Animals, it's like I got no idea what's going on.
Retro Bro says jokes are funny. Jokes are funny. Jokes are funny.
That's what I believe.
Did the water turn Kermit gay? Yeah, I'm sick and tired of them putting chemicals in the water and turning frogs gay.
Oh yeah.
To be fair to Alex Jones, it's not 100% crazy. He just presented it in a completely crazy way.
But that's what he does.
That's the thing is, I think even at the time, I mean, that was a news story. Everybody thinks he was like some sort of great predictor of the future. No, we already had a news story about frogs in the chemicals or whatever else. People just thought it was a funny thing that he said. It's not that he made it up. Well, what Alex Jones does, he says thousands of crazy things, and about 10 of them come true. And then people go, see, this guy always knows what he's talking about. They don't talk about, the times he talks about Martian pedophile colonies on the moon or whatever, drinking the blood of children. They don't talk about that part. Or if they talk about that, yeah, they just ignore all that other stuff he says, and they find the one or two things that he did.
Well, that's what they do with Nostradamus. Whenever people talk about him, they say, hey, look at this one prediction he made that sort of kind of came true, and they forget the hundreds and thousands of other ones that are complete bullshit.
Yeah. I don't think Alex Jones has any more information than any other person. He's been wrong on many times. He's been wrong in very hurtful ways, which is not good.
Yeah, I did see somewhere that Alex Jones did apologize or at least walk back his Sandy Hook claims. So there is that.
He walked those back, but then he went after one of the kids from one of the other schools, Parkland. He doesn't actually stop. He goes, yeah, I'll never do that again. And he posts an article and he's like, hey, is this kid from Parkland an actor? I'm like, no, he's not. Stop. What are you doing? It's awful.
It's conspiracy theories are just throw shit at a wall till it sticks, basically.
Yeah.
Non-stop. So it's just like, just keep throwing stuff like Nostradamus, just all these predictions till one kind of stuck, so they must all be right. It's, yeah. Crazy shit.
Yeah, and to go back to the tweet that Vito made that got everybody upset with him, even if that he was trying to get them canceled, like he said, even if he was trying to get them taken off, if they had gotten taken off, if YouTube said, yes, this was a violation of our terms of service, then it's still on them for violating the terms of service. Vito was just calling attention to it, whether or not YouTube would do something about it. But if they did get
That's the other thing,
down,
saying it's a false flag. A false flag would be if I'm like making up what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas I was like, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure Alex Jones is on here just saying, the virus is a hoax. He's talking about Pizzagate, whatever else. I'm like, seems like you're not supposed to do that. I thought you're not supposed to. Whatever.
You can't even mention
well,
it.
because he doesn't care about free speech. I care about free speech. YouTube's a private platform. That makes it very complicated. But I've changed my thinking on a couple of things. I had a great conversation with a guy, and I said, you know what? I guess YouTube should allow more speech than they currently allow. I kind of get what they're saying. So we'll see.
Mike Dwyer says, anytime Alex Jones says the mainstream media admits it, just check with them. He lies about confirmable things. Well, anytime Geeks and Gamers or Jeremy Hambley from the Quartering, whenever they say that same stuff confirmed or they said this, fact check it. Those guys lie. They twist the narrative. They'll make up stuff that has nothing to do. They'll read an article and literally skip over things in the article that don't confirm to their narrative. I mean, that's why I have issues with them.
Quartering is just so bad with the fact that, like, if his YouTube channel gets in trouble, he says, oh, I need help, and he takes so much money for, like, oh, I need lawyers and stuff, and then his channel's fine, and then it's like, what happens to all that money? I've seen that multiple times from his channel. It's unreal. He would be making so much money just off he puts the fear out there like every 6 months. Oh, my channel is in trouble. They tried to shut me down, and it's his channel. Just blows my mind how he's still going.
Yeah, he is ridiculous. He was suing YouTube, I think, about 6 months ago. He was going to sue YouTube. Yeah, because they were fucking with his channel.
Yeah, and then he asks like all his supporters, oh, please donate, I need help and that. And then his channel ends up being fine. And it's like, well, what happened to all that money? Because I'm sure he would make a lot of money. And it's like, oh, no, my channel's fine now. So it's like, okay, so are you going to reimburse everyone the money that donated to help? Or is that just gone in your pocket and it's all gone away?
Dave Gaming says, is this Vito guy the one from the video from the Netflix protest? Yes, Vito is the one in the video beating up the helpless Netflix writers. He threatens them with a stick. Vito's waving around a stick in the video.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. Everybody hated me.
he had a weapon.
I heard that they yelled at you, said that you had a weapon.
They broke my sign in half, and then they said my broken sign was a weapon because they were trying to get my ass kicked.
Wow. Yeah, that could have been bad.
But Vito wasn't. Where was Dick at during this whole time?
Dick was there too. He got his ass kicked over on the other side of things. Dick got shoved. He got his head shoved into a plant. Remember, these are peaceful protesters, according to the media. They shoved my friend's head into the concrete, and he probably has a concussion. You know, because they're peaceful. But yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Come join all the protests in Australia that just happened. Have good fun.
A lot of these protests got out of hand.
I will say, big props to Vito for going there. You know, like he said, you know, all these other guys talk shit. They don't go there. They don't go to the protest. They're not protecting free speech by sitting in their room yelling at the TV. I would have been there, but it's way
yelling about how all their movies are woke and everything's intersectional feminism, and they're all mad about it. Guys, come on.
How many protesters were actually out there at Netflix?
I want to say there was like 40, 50 people. I mean, the problem is most of the people there seem to be media, so it's impossible to tell. You're like, everybody's got a camera. Half of them are news stations. It was not nearly as big as they claimed it was going to be.
Well, no, the idea of this story is better than the actual story itself. Sometimes.
Yeah. It was a very weird event, very politicized, and it's crazy how I got caught up in the middle of it.
Well, I can tell you, I was not expecting to come on here and be talking to you tonight. I'm
a friend of Tony.
Right.
Tony invited me to come on. I didn't get back to him, but then luckily, good timing because I just finished talking to some other guys. Sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm just in a
no,
mood
dude.
today.
I'm interested. I'm really interested. I'm sorry. I didn't know who you were. I had to look you up.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. This is not. I thought we were going to be talking some Amico big news.
Well, we should talk some Amico because I want to use my platform. No. I want to use my platform to say Tommy Tallarico's an insane man. Has anyone heard from Tommy Tallarico? Did he finally realize like I should just shut up?
No.
He done a video recently unboxing his own games that he bought, which is on because he's the CEO.
Yeah.
And that was an odd video.
His own games.
Did you hear about those games, Vito? Have you been?
Yeah, we talked about them. I think I came on and we were talking about the lenticular card for half a second.
Yeah. Basically, he unboxed them all, and he. At one point, we were keeping track of how many were being sold because there was 50,000 that were going to be sold, and we were able to go on the website and just subtract from what was left over, and correlate how many were sold. He didn't like us doing that, so he hid the numbers. Now you can order 1 million copies of any game, the 8-packs, because he doesn't want people to know that they're not selling for shit.
Yeah, well, because they took the order numbers down, right?
Yeah, that's dodgy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They'll probably. I mean, how many box sets did they put out? Like 5,000.
50,000.
50,000 sets of 10?
8. It comes out to being what is it, like 10,000 sets of 8 or some 5,000 sets of 8.
What was the profit that you worked out, Tony? Didn't you have like an overall profit that they would make off it?
If they're not giving anything to the developers, I think it's going to be like $1 million profit. Not enough to keep them going for too long.
That's not going to get them far.
I really think that it was just for, we had like 10 unboxing videos. I think it was just for the unboxing videos, and now he's gonna go to investors and go, look at all these unboxing videos, guys. Give us more money. Everybody loves it.
I mean, it could work.
He's trying to get investors. I don't know, man. If you're an investor in this, you're not a smart man. I mean, if you were an early investor, there's a chance this could have worked. I'm not going to come down to those guys, but if you're putting money into it at this point, you are very reckless with your money. I'll say that.
He's going to have to find investors that don't have Reddit, don't have YouTube, don't have basically any social media where they can look at the Amico, because every corner that you look on social media with the Amico, it's like 90% negative and 10% positive. Because I
look at these games and they look terrible. They look like worse than cell phone games.
Yeah,
some of them look okay.
Yeah, they're all over the place as far as quality.
Some of them look good, and some of them look like Flash games. Like, I mean, some of them are Flash games.
The thing could have been fine and taken off without an issue. Like PR killed it. It has such a climb to get back to just being a fully positive console because of Tommy's interference constantly on Atari Age and YouTube, and it's not looking
Tommy
too
made
good.
the mistake of thinking that he was going to sell this to the gamers. The
Yeah,
gamers loving television. They're all on my
Yeah.
side, bro. You have to sell this to 8-year-olds. That's it.
yeah.
No gamer is like, dude, getting an Amico. You got to come over so we can play Shark. No.
My
They're gonna play
8-year-old
Halo. They're
wouldn't
gonna
even
play
buy it.
Fortnite. No.
I'd give it to my kids, and they'd probably put it on the floor and start trying to put their feet in it.
Foot bath.
Yeah,
That would be a nice feature, though. That could maybe move some systems.
could work.
I mean,
So,
Xbox is releasing a fridge. Why can't Amico
Yeah.
release a foot bath?
Yep.
Well, what's
Is
funny
anyone going to
is
get
the,
that Xbox fridge?
what's funny, guys, is the RFID cards. You can scan them already, and they
Really?
redirect you to a website to the Intellivision website. There's nothing special. There's no special code. Just goes straight to like a hyperlink to the Intellivision website, which then redirects you
Okay.
to the front page because the back end's not up yet. So
And
I don't
yeah,
know how
now
they're going
that
to secure this exactly.
putting these out early, people are going to pull them apart, try hack them, look into them, see what, check the tech, cut the cards in half, So if they put them out there, they've got to be prepared that, they're going to get pretty heavily critiqued, checked out. Like, it'd be funny if the games were actually on there and people ripped them as ROMs.
Yeah, I think that's my plan. I'm going to see if I can download them onto the PC.
Yep.
Play some Amico games before the console comes out.
Would be funny if the games were on there and you could get to them, but I don't think that's the case. But be pretty awesome.
Days Gaming, you all right over there? You keep.
I don't
popping in
know,
and
dude. I'm having some technical difficulties.
out. There he goes again. Peter looking at porn, so he's distracted.
Yeah, I'm very clearly distracted. Everyone's yelling at me on Twitter, which is fine. But I did want to just stop in and say hi. I hope you guys are doing well.
We're doing good.
Doing good.
I'll have more time to come by sometime. We'll talk shit about the Amico.
Yeah, no worries. I just wanted to get you on. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Netflix thing and.
Yeah. If you got any questions, let me know.
Was there any hot chicks there? I mean, I didn't see any hot chicks.
I
know
really,
leftists
no.
like to go topless protest. Did you get anyone to?
No hot chicks that I saw. No great love for. There was nobody there I wanted to take home with me, as far as I could tell.
MIDI Music says, "Keep up the love for free speech, Vito."
I do
From
care
my
about free
understanding-
speech. Why I'm going nuts with all these guys saying he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I care. Just because we had a minor disagreement about whether or not YouTube has the right to kick, legitimate, white supremacists off their platform, doesn't mean I don't care about free speech. They have a very weird standard.
Yeah, I've had this same argument with people over the years because, I got my own website and I got rules on my website that basically said, hey, no racial slurs in the comment section. Don't be attacking each other in the comments. Keep it clean because I don't get no AdSense. Google will kick me off the platform if you guys are, spouting weird one angry gamer white supremacist bullshit. And they basically told me that I didn't believe in free speech because I didn't let them go around saying the N-word.
They the same with my Discord. They go, you don't care about free speech because you banned the N-word from your server. I'm like, okay, well then I don't care about free speech. Fine. I didn't know that was the line, you morons.
Yeah, it's like I said before. I mean, there's a difference. Like you could say the N-word, I don't care. Go ahead, say it. Just don't say it in my house. If you're coming
Right,
to
it's my house. Same with YouTube. It's their house. If YouTube doesn't want to have certain people on their platform, it's their platform. It's weird that everybody thinks they're owed their platform. Like they have to give it to everybody. It's like, nah, man. If they don't want flat earthers on there, that's on them. Like whatever.
And the funniest part is all those people that complain about veto, being against free speech, when they go on to their YouTube videos, they censor themselves. Tim Pool censors himself. Quartering censors himself. They don't go on and say the F word and the N word and drop all kind of cusses because they go, oh, well, my AdSense will take a hit.
Yeah.
I'll get monetized on my video. So then you don't care
Yeah,
about
that's a
free
good
speech.
point. If you really cared about free speech, why are you even on YouTube? Shouldn't you make a stand by
There's no
just going to
free
a different
speech on
platform
YouTube.
and where you can say whatever you want?
Yeah, because they know the money's on YouTube. The money's not on Rumble or fucking Odyssey or all that other shit. YouTube's where the money's at. And if they want the money, they play the game. But then they complain about others who play the game too.
Yeah, it's all nuts, man. They're all nuts. I don't know, man. I'm trying to tell these guys, hey, I think we disagree. I think it's okay for us to disagree. Why don't we come to an understanding? I apologize. I see your point of view. And we move on from there. But, I mean, these guys thrive on drama. They need me. Let's be clear. They need me. Because they need to have a guy that they can go, yeah, that veto, that liberal, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't, blah, blah, blah. And then their audience goes, yeah, we hate that guy. You need a villain. These guys need villains. They picked a very stupid villain. I'm not a good one, and you're not going to have a lot of fun with it, but go nuts. Get everybody to hate. I don't care. That's the other thing. I don't like your audience at all because they listen to you, so they're stupid. I don't need stupid people watching my content and telling me they love me. Everybody who subscribes to me is smart. That's my line. If you subscribe to me, you're smarter than the average bear. A lot of these other guys, oh, well, our audience is going to hate you. Yeah, because they're psychopaths like you. Like, I don't need them in my life. Because I'm also not one of these guys who goes, I need to be liked by everybody. I'm never going to say anything political. I'm never going to have an opinion on anything. No, I'm very political. I have lots of opinions. A lot of people do not like my opinions. And I say to those people, great. Then I guess you're not a fan of mine. But I'm not going to shut up to try and get you to come click on my ads. Like, I'm just going to say stuff I believe in.
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy that they don't respect that. That they go, no, you should shut up and just only say the right thing. People tell me, like, why do you say these things? They're controversial. Like, because I believe them in my heart. What do you want me to do? You want me to lie to you? Would that be better? What do you want?
Vito does have some controversial opinions. Like he said, Thunder Force was a terrible movie, and I completely
Fucking
disagree
Thunder
with him.
Force.
The movie's funny.
No, you
Fuck
don't.
you, Vito.
No, you don't. You didn't like that movie. Shut up.
I did. Me and my kid liked the movie. I think it was because I was watching it with my kid, and we were just fucking, making fun of it the whole time we were doing the whole.
Yeah.
But Mini Music says the problem with YouTube is that there's a monopoly. It's not like there's a competing platform with reach. Well, here's why you're wrong about that. If all of those guys left, then they would be able to make another platform as big as YouTube. But they don't want to take the 1 month, 2 month hit at their income, so they say fuck it.
I don't know. It's complicated. It's like if YouTube, but that's why I had a conversation with somebody. And I kind of, came around on their thinking, where I'm like, is YouTube a monopoly? I can't 100% say. But the point is, I don't want them to be a monopoly. I do want there to be other platforms. I wish there was not just YouTube. So maybe I'm being idealistic by wishing for that. And until that happens, YouTube has to allow everybody. It's very complicated. Like, do we have to wait for a YouTube replacement to show up and then YouTube can be like, okay, now we can ban stuff because at least you have a second place to go to? I don't know. I don't have those answers. And I'm okay with saying I don't have those answers. These guys say we do have those answers and you should allow Nazis on YouTube. And I go, well, I just something about that doesn't sit right with me. I don't see why YouTube, who invests all this money in this technology and this platform, then has to go and we have to give it to people that we fundamentally hate and do not want on our platform. Doesn't make sense to me that they as a company are obligated to give it to a guy who goes, all black people are subhuman and I want to kill them all. Like, why do they have to do that? Why do they owe that to them? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. But like I said, these guys know that their audience is on YouTube. If they leave, their audience is not going to follow them because someone else will just spout the crazy shit that the Quartering says or that Geeks and Gamers say.
Yeah.
So they're not necessary. That's the problem. They realize that it's not them. It's the shit that they're saying. Someone else could just fill in that void once they leave. As far as YouTube, there's never going to be an alternative because no one's ever going to leave. Unless PewDiePie goes somewhere and takes his 100 million fucking subs with him. There's never gonna
Which
be
he
another
tried
option.
to do. I mean, he tried to go over to D Live, and it ended up being a fiasco. So I don't know. I don't know any of that, and it's all too complicated. I do think there should be a secondary platform, and I don't know why there isn't. And I mean, there are some problems, and there's some problems with the government right now, where if you try to form an alternative platform, they can shut you down by saying, I don't know, it's very complicated, and I don't want to be the one to speak on it. Let's put it that way.
Mike
Did you
Dwyer
guys
says
hear
thank
that?
you for being safe.
Did you guys hear that Facebook's looking at changing its name? And
I heard you guys were talking about.
Yeah, I think that makes
And,
sense.
yeah,
I get why they
looking
want to
at-
do that.
Yeah, I think they were looking at down the track 2023 or 5 or something. They're looking at putting all their apps of that all into one, like their I'm trying to think, got a mind blank.
Well, the reason they want to change their name is because they know not everybody likes Facebook, the
Yeah.
service. So if you
Yeah.
have something that's called, like, let's say Microsoft own it, Microsoft's Facebook, you might go, well, I don't like Facebook, but I like Microsoft.
Yeah.
So like when you buy the Oculus, if it's called the Facebook Oculus, you might go, oh, I don't like Facebook. I don't want to own that VR headset. So they want to come up with a name that doesn't have really as much attached to it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they what else does Facebook own? WhatsApp, I think, is it?
They own Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to try and put it all into like one all integrated together. With where to have it all as one like big algorithms. Yeah. I've seen
Instaface.
something. Yeah, something. Yeah, they're looking at doing some big announcement. I think on the 28th, which would be the 28th for you guys, 29th for me of October.
We'll see what happens, man.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, be interesting.
All right, bro. I gotta eat some food. I just wanted to come by, say hi, let you know I love you. Tell you I want to. Yeah, you are.
I'm too old for you, Vito. You know that.
I know that. I know. I also can't figure out where the hell I opened this, so you're gonna have to kick me yourself.
All right.
What the hell is it?
Boot him.
Yeah, kick me
Give him
out.
the
I
boot.
love you guys. YouTube.com/Vito. Come on by.
You gonna advertise your show right before I kick you out, Vito?
What?
Using my platform to get fucking viewers.
Kick him out.
Oh,
in
whatever.
mid-plug.
Whatever. I'll send guys
mid-plug.
to you. I'll send guys
All
to
right.
you. Have
You
fun.
better send some guys here. We didn't get no fucking nothing from the last time you came on, Vito. I think we lost some.
Well,
subs.
you gotta remind me to tweet it. I'll tweet it out. Now the problem with Twitter is like if you send a link to YouTube on Twitter, they bury it, man. It's like impossible to get anybody to go over.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be famous. All right, take it easy,
none of us
Vito. I'll
are.
kick you out
See ya.
later.
Bye.
All right. I'm
question.
sorry. I was not prepared for that. I did not know who that dude was. And I come in and you guys are talking about Alex Jones. Like I came in literally thinking Tony's big news was Amico related. That was crazy.
My big news was I had no big news. I'm on vacation. That's my big news.
Oh, that was weird, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Because then I've seen the story of that on TV or whatever with him at Netflix getting his sign ripped down. And I didn't know. I heard you talk about Vito in the past, but I didn't put two and two together of who they were. Like I did not know who he was as a YouTuber till tonight.
It's weird because every time I jump on, Vito seems to be on at the same time too. Yeah, always falls into line.
Yeah,
Question: what exactly happened to Carl? I have been out of the loop.
I don't know. His
He's-
videos are down again.
He was making videos. He stopped. He took some time out from the show.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what's going on. Hopefully he comes back. I wanted to get to this comment from P.O. Box Christmas. He says, could I get a few confirmed crazy quotes from the Quartering and Geeks and Gamers? I know they're biased, but did they really say racist stuff? I don't follow Geeks and Gamers that closely, so I don't have nothing that they've said. But the Quartering has in the past hinted at having articles written for the Daily Stormer. He's made jokes about putting people in ovens. He's talked about how there are no Popeyes chickens in the suburbs because they're all in minority neighborhoods because black
Who
people
said
really
this?
do be the quartering.
Wow.
He said that black people really do be liking their chicken, and that's why there's never any Popeyes in the suburbs. Among other, I can go on forever.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that gets you canceled.
Yeah,
I've got to read a comment here. Reyes says, I thought Ren had a bow around his neck the whole time. No, it's just a shirt I tie around my face to use because I'm painting. When I spray paint, I just I don't get the fumes in there.
Where are you at?
Where exactly am I? Australia.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I'm a long way away.
That's a crazy story. That's a crazy story too. Right now, what's happening to out there?
Yeah, it's all settled down now. Everything's unlocking, coming out of lockdown. I'm not in those areas. I'm sort of out in the bush west of everything.
Oh, nice.
So none of it really affects me too much. But yeah, down south in Victoria and New South Wales, they've all had massive lockdowns, and yeah, it's all right because I'm in Queensland, so none of that affects me for now. So it's all good. Most of the country's pretty vaccinated now, so everything's opening back up and everyone's getting happy again.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Got the odd protest here and there, like there was a massive one about a month ago, and it got pretty violent. So yeah, that was between the tradesmen and one of the unions there, making it mandatory vaccinations, and apparently they didn't like it, so it went south. But it's all blown over, which is good.
Right.
So yeah.
P.O. Box Christmas says he really likes your Frodo avatar. As you can see, we are joined by Tommy Tellerico. If you're here late, he is here. Finally decided to jump on in. So, Tommy, why so much bad blood between us?
Who is this?
Tommy.
Did you boomer stuff?
He's in here with us now.
What do you mean? This is Tommy Tallarico, right?
That you are. Gentlemen. I don't know what the fuck happened to Gary. He seems to be fucking gone.
So that was weird, dude. I did not mean to come in and like mention the Amico while you were talking to him. I didn't realize what was going on. That was a very bizarre.
Vito just floats in and out. Have their chat.
I forget that you can have big people on here.
Earlier in the day, I had invited Vito on. I messaged him on Twitter. I said, "Hey, if you're not busy, do you want to jump on? You know, it'd be cool to have you jump on. We'll talk about the Netflix thing." He never got back to me, like he said.
Oh, and then he just jumped on
right before Pigsy had jumped on. He messaged me on Twitter, but I'm not looking at my Twitter because I'm fucking doing this.
Right.
And but I left the link in the chat, and I guess he saw the link and he jumped on.
Well, what? So the big news was you're on vacation?
Yeah, well, I didn't have any big news. I needed an excuse for why we were pushing the show back a half hour.
That's fair.
I thought the half hour was going to buy me enough time to get Gary on, but like I said, I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah.
We're losing everybody on the show.
He's probably too busy playing Amico games.
Oh, so what are we going to talk about?
Well, the plan was we were going to talk about the Netflix protest, but I guess we already took care of that. We're going to talk about the new He-Man cartoons, but I don't think you guys watch those. Have you watched those?
Well, I have yet, like I said, I've yet to watch it past the second one. I need to finish them.
No,
I never
I
really.
haven't.
So.
I've actually finished. Have you guys heard of a show called Another Life? It's called on Netflix. It's a sci-fi one.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
It's quite good. It's worth the watch. Like it's a space opera, you know. Another Life.
Another Life.
It's got the chick that was in Battlestar Galactica, I think, in it. She's pretty famous in the pop culture world, but
Oh
it
yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's really good. It's worth the watch. It's only two seasons. I think they wrapped it up at the second because it wasn't really popular. But it's a shame that it didn't really take off to what it was. But they wrapped it up nicely. It's different. It's like a different space style show. So I'd highly recommend that one.
nice. I went.
All right,
I went.
Mitty.
and s- I went and saw the new Halloween movie. You guys seen
Uh,
that?
I
I have
haven't seen it yet, but I am a big Michael Myers fan. Absolutely, he's
Well,
my
I don't
favorite
want to. I
horror.
don't want to spoil it for you because they took the in a different direction from the last
Yep.
movie. It's a completely different movie.
Okay.
Is it good though?
I mean, it's good if you just want to like go watch a slasher film and just like basically a popcorn film. But is it a good movie? No. Like when you look at the plot and the choices they made, it's one of the worst ones I would think of the series. It's
The
crazy.
fucking
No one-
Halloween franchise is all over the place though.
But the gore
Yeah.
is awesome. Like I took my son to see it. Like it's got like really good gore effects, like a lot more killing than like the original Halloween where they only killed like 3 people.
Well, apparently with this one, they scrapped all the old Halloween movies, so it's
Yeah,
basically only gone from one onwards. So you include the original Halloween,
yeah.
the
Pretty
last one, and then this one.
pretty much anyone from the first movie had a character or
Yep.
played that same character played in it. And I mean it's interesting, but it's kind of cheesy, like when
What
the
did
way it's delivered.
What did you guys think of the Rob Zombie ones? A lot of people never liked them. I really enjoyed the first one that Rob Zombie done. His take on it.
Right. I'd have to be
I
honest, I haven't seen them.
haven't seen it.
No.
Might be worth sitting down watching it. That one, it's not bad. It's like the gore in them ones is pretty full on, but that's just comes with Rob Zombie.
What
But
what what is the Rob Zombie film where it was like I'm pretty sure it was a film that he made that had like a doctor that was operating on this guy's brain.
is that House of a Thousand Corpse?
Yes.
Might be. Yep.
Probably,
Yep.
yeah. I was trying
Yep.
to think of the name of that movie. I saw it a long time
Yeah.
ago, and I
He's
didn't.
done House of a Thousand Corpse, Devil's Rejects. A newish one come out. I can't remember which one that one was, but yeah, he's done a few. That House of a Thousand Corpses like in a series. I think the Devil's Rejects was the
Right.
next one.
I think that's the only one I've ever seen of his movies. Is that, and I couldn't
Yeah.
think of the name of it for the life of me. That was
Yeah.
that was a time in my life where I don't have a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Because I was partying a lot, so
Yeah. Same.
you know.
Same.
So I was always trying to put that. I was like, did I imagine that fucking scene in my mind, or is it a real? So I thank you for putting a name to that memory.
You got to go on a
Chupacabra
Rob
says-
Zombie movie binge now.
Yeah, maybe.
Chupacabra says the first Rob Zombie Halloween could have been okay if it was an original movie. Yeah, that one was okay,
Yeah.
but the second one sucked.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I used to be really big into the Halloween movies, but then what they did, like Curse of Michael Myers, and then they rebooted it,
Yeah.
and then they're like, those movies don't exist, but then these movies do, and then those don't.
Then you had
No, it's just
H2O and then Resurrection and yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, fuck it.
This movie definitely ignores all of that. You're
Yeah.
right. It's literally and that's what got me excited about this movie was the last one because I, to be honest, never really watched much of the Halloween movies. I'd seen the first one and maybe part of the second one, and I had just given up on that. You know, like I was more into watching, Jason or Freddy or stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the last movie was so good that it totally got me hooked, and I was really excited for this next one, and it does pick up from the last events
Yeah.
of the this most recent one or the previous one, but after that it's just I don't know. Like I said, I think it's fun to go and see it in the theater because it's like a good horror movie. Like if you just want to watch like jump scares and whatever. but I think it's like a movie that if you were going to watch it at home or something, you'd be really disappointed.
Didn't
They're
they
doing the
reboot
same with Chucky.
Oh, fuck Chucky. That shit was
Fuck Chucky.
They have isn't there like a new TV show coming out? Didn't they just do like
I
a
think
movie?
so.
Oh, that's what that's a dead horse.
Yeah, they're gonna beat it.
I never understood how some little doll was able to overpower like grown adults. Like, just fucking stop
magic, Tony. It's evil magic.
The guy that voices him's really good though.
Yeah, he is.
The original dude.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I remember seeing that movie as a kid. I mean, I was in elementary school. I don't know. I could have been 4th grade maybe, and it scared me. It kind of scared me then as a kid, you know, because I hadn't really been exposed to a lot of horror movies. My parents they wouldn't let me watch rated R movies when I was little.
Man, even some of the trailers scared the shit out of me back in the day, like the horror trailers. It's like,
oh yeah, like
damn.
I tell you what, like I had a nightmare one time from just going to a movie rental place and looking at the back of boxes and seeing like all the screenshots, dude. I remember having a nightmare that night from one of those boxes.
Kids will never know. Kids will never know the struggle of having nightmares from the back of VHS tapes when going to Blockbuster with your family.
Yeah, because you're exposed to something like it would be like pictures that you would see on the internet, maybe like that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have had access to, and all of a sudden you can look on the back of the box and see these images, and they're fucking frightening.
I guess they were. You guys sound like pussies. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Hey man, you know what? I don't care. I remember. But here's a funny part too. Like this one that we had, it had like the porn section.
Hell yeah!
And they would put it. It was upstairs, directly across from the. This was a 2-story place too. It was big, home video, and they had the porn stash directly in line from the register, like in behind the a balcony, like for the staircase. And I remember going in there as a little kid, like running through it as fast as I could, just trying to look at boxes.
Yeah,
but they could see you doing it. I never got caught, but.
I used to do that because it's just like it was like action section, comedy section, and like in the middle was a porn section. Then you'd like walk through.
Oh,
like,
I
remember the covers.
I remember one time sneaking through it at least 3 times, and somehow my parents didn't see me, or maybe they did. They just were too embarrassed to say anything.
Oh god, good times.
Here where I live, we had a curtain. There was always a curtain.
Yes, I've been to one where behind the curtain. Yeah.
And what we would do is we would look at the movies that were right next to the curtain, so then you could kind of reach over, because the movies would be all the way up, and then there's a curtain, so you would just kind of reach over and grab.
I worked at a Blockbuster once, and I've actually worked at another video store once, and what the kids are doing. Like in a video, like the people that work there are like, oh look, they're back there hiding out by the curtain, thinking we don't see what they're doing.
Man, if I worked at a Blockbuster and I see a kid doing that, I'd just so call them out on it just to make them red face.
Hey, I go over the register.
Hey, I see you in there looking at their titties.
Mike Dwyer says, why does the Western section have so many naked people?
Like the National Geographic?
No, I think he's joking about the porn being next to the Westerns.
Oh, really?
He said we had Western saloon doors that blocked off the porn section.
Oh god.
Western saloon doors, yeah. Dude, I miss that that video store. Like they had down in the bottom section, they had like a lot of obscure movies, especially like obscure horror movies. And in high school, friends and I, we would go down there and try to we'd rent like 3 or 4 and watch them. And we discovered like a lot of like the really bad ones, like the B movies. And we would just sit around and watch those on the weekends sometimes, like if we weren't doing something else. Like I miss that place because we found a lot of cool bad movies.
You wait, I reckon this is just my prediction, but I reckon down the track, video stores will make a comeback again, just as a hip sort of experience.
I have a lot of VHS tapes myself. Like, I mean, I buy them when I see them if it's a good movie, just because.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just yeah. The experience is what you can sell it. Because I
Yep.
missed that. We had a video store in our in the town I live in now for a while. I actually made a video not too long ago, maybe a couple years ago, of me and my son going and renting a video from that
Yep.
place. And well, I mean, it's obviously a Blu-ray at this point, but the experience is, yeah, the experience is always, you got the candy, you know, you get to see all sorts of different types of movies.
You know what?
The porn
My fondest
section.
not my fondest memory, but my funniest memory was when my daughter was born, and this was when I first moved to the place I'm at now, and this is just before the Blockbusters that shut down. I go by wife, I'm like, all right, let's go down. Daughter was like, a few months old, wiggly and stuff, and I've got her in the pram, and I'm going through the aisles there of Blockbuster, and she slipped out of the pram, and I didn't even know it. And I'm going through the aisles, and I'm like to my partner, oh, yeah, no, you got videos of that? She's like, oh, where's the daughter?
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, I had dropped her out of the pram on the floor like 2 aisles back in the action section or something. And my partner just burst out laughing. I was like, oh, my God, how did I not realize that I dropped my kid out of the pram on the floor and then just kept wheeling?
That's how great the
my
experience is of the video store. You can dump your kid off a couple aisles.
Yeah,
and keep...
pretty much. And you didn't have to worry about anyone coming in or taking your kid because no one was really visiting them because that's, when Netflix that was coming on.
All right, Ninja Kitty says, I worked at a movie store back in the day, and 13-year-old kids would always try to rent the Girls Gone Wild VHS tapes we had.
Oh, the college spring break one.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I remember them. Oh, God.
Those commercials will be on all the time, late at night.
I remember stealing a Jenny McCarthy VHS tape from a place in the mall. When I was younger, like where she, got naked and stuff. I couldn't have been more than 13 or 14.
The high school I went to, Jenny McCarthy actually was a cheerleader for my high school.
Bullshit.
Ooh.
No, I'm not lying.
Really?
Some of the teachers that we had, like when we were at school, they would actually tell us stories about how, because they were, they're like 20 years old at the time.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we used to go to school with her. She was, because we went to an all boys Catholic school, and the all girls Catholic school across the street would be the cheerleaders for our teams.
Wonder if she was
that's
a freak.
who she was. Wow.
Yeah.
A freak. She probably was a lot of fun.
That's what I've heard. Just kind of crazy now though. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't kept up with her.
Where Margot Robbie comes from, I think her town is about. It would be about 90 miles to you guys, 90 miles away or something.
Oh, really?
So it'll be a small town where Margot Robbie comes from. I actually had one of the stores I was in, one of her relatives come in to my friend's store and was chatting away. I'm like, oh, yeah, Margot Robbie's my cousin or something, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, a fair few of her relatives apparently live around near where I am. So it's a bit of a funny information.
Yeah, she's a good actress to watch.
Opinion. I don't think Margot Robbie's very pretty. Just gonna say
it. Just go ahead and ban yourself out of here, Tony. I'll take over.
Hey, look, I'll agree with you. She doesn't do much for me, but I could see the appeal for others.
I think she's attractive. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But that could be that Australian thing because I think Australian women are beautiful.
I think she's just plain. She's normal. She's not anything special compared.
No,
to
you're right. You're right. But her personality though would put her over the top of all these other like just vapid, hotter girls. I think. I mean, she seems like she would be a lot of fun to hang out with, and I think she's attractive.
Could ride kangaroos with her around.
Exactly. Is that a problem? Is that a problem out there? Do you ever I've seen video of people coming at literally trying to fight kangaroos upright and then just getting the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, well, you got to worry about getting kicked, and they're they've got really sharp toenails, so they
Oh
will
damn.
kick you and rip your guts out if they,
They seem
But
that
did you-
seems like such just a very old animal, like a still like almost like not a predator, but something that's going to defend itself.
Yes, it depends on them because you've got eastern greys, which are your standard ones. Then you've got wallabies. Then you've got the big reds. The reds are the ones you worry about. They're the ones you see pictures of them that look all muscly.
Big red.
The-
I wonder how strong
the
their
reds.
punches are.
Did you guys it was probably about 2 years ago now, the one where the kangaroo had a guy's dog and was beating it up, and then he just got out of the car, and because it had his dog and it was hurting him, he got out of the car and then he just started punching into it, cracking it around the face, and then it sort of just stood there. It shaped up, but it was standing back. But yeah, the tradie got out and flogged up the kangaroo to let his dog free, and then he drove off. It was funny. Look it up. Look up.
It sounds like familiar, but I know I've seen other ones. But
Look
that
up-
sounds like a good one.
You look up kangaroo.
Play it. Can you play it,
Man
Tony?
saves dog from kangaroo. Look
I'll
up that
for
video.
it.
It's probably on YouTube, and it's hilarious. See if
I
you can
love
find
You
it,
gotta watch
Tony.
out for the dingoes eating the babies. That's a big thing, right?
It was that one-off. I think like the lady, the dingo, got her out of the tent. But look, you got to have brains when you're out west, and I was working in the Northern Territory, and between camps at night it was probably like a 15-minute walk to walk between like where all the housings and that was. And I got drunk one night and I thought it'd be smart to walk to the next one. And I looked behind me and there was a pack of like 10 dingoes following me, probably about 5 meters back. And I was
That's like the
oh, shit,
dog,
oh,
right?
shit.
The dingo's
Yeah.
a dog, right?
Yeah, wild dog. And then I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Like, I got out of that lucky because, their pack hunters could have pulled me down and just gone to town.
That's
But
something.
I managed.
We don't have anything quite like that over here. I mean, I guess the only thing that could really hurt you over in the United States would be a bear.
What are you talking about? We got wild pumas. We got mountain lions.
Well, that's true.
Rattlesnakes.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. I was just thinking about bears because I was just in the North Carolina mountains last week.
Australia
and that's like a
is
real
just,
problem there.
Australia is just a super, everything kills you. That's how everyone sees it. But, everything kills you if you're stupid. Let me put it that way,
Right.
You're fine. You just, you see a snake, don't touch it.
Right.
Spiders, don't touch it. If you're in like a river, like in an area where there's crocodile sides, don't swim. It's pretty straightforward, like jellyfish season, swim in the nets. Don't swim outside.
I got stung by a jellyfish when I was in probably about 10 years old.
Did you pee on it?
No, no, that is not a thing. But
it's a thing. I've seen movies.
Well, I would not allow anyone to piss on me. I would be like, just fine, I'll deal with the pain. But it felt like I've before gotten into like a bee's nest, yellow jackets or whatever, and got stung probably 15 or 20 times. I will tell you, the jellyfish sting was at least 3 or 4 times worse than that.
Yep. Well, here in Australia,
it was like I thought like my leg had been torn off. Like it was like something had bit me or something. It was the most instant pain. And
did you put vinegar on it?
No, I don't remember. I blacked out. I know nobody pissed on it. That was I don't think we were.
R. Kelly can't be wrong.
Right.
Well, here in Australia, I log the beaches and stuff. Probably every like 50 meters, there's like a little letterbox thing it's pegged into the sand, and there's a bottle of vinegar in there.
Oh wow!
So if you ever get stung, you run and you get the vinegar.
We're not smart
that's all
enough
along
to
the
do
beaches
stuff like that here.
I suppose you don't have a huge jellyfish problem like we would in the jellyfish season.
Well, apparently they did where I went.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Poor dazed. P.O. Box Christmas reminds us that a Wolverine will wreck you.
That's
as well
true.
As a chimp will totally maul you, and an alligator in a crock. So
Probably
we
the
have
Okay,
worst
that's fine.
thing.
I was completely off on the Bears comment. I retract that. That made me sound like a huge pussy.
yes.
The worst thing you've probably got to worry about is probably crocodiles, because they go along the beaches here too, the saltwater ones.
We have some
They're off
really
the ocean.
really large ones in Florida.
Yep.
Robo Blue brings up a good point. He says, "If you blacked out, how do you know nobody pissed on you?"
They might have
I
done a
was
lot of
thinking
things
that.
to
I was
you.
thinking that when I said that, but I will say that I don't know. It's a memory that I've repressed, but I know it's enough that I can remember that I was not pissed on. That was something that wasn't that in that Friends episode or something.
It's in a lot of things.
Yeah, see,
Do
this
not tell
happened.
us
This
the
happened.
full story.
This happened
He woke up.
before that. So nobody would have actually whipped it out and started pissing on it, because that wasn't a thing that was in like the lexicon of culture.
They probably peed on you, went to town with a Sharpie.
Mike Dwyer says, "Piss does nothing for a sting."
Exactly. That's what I said.
Chappie says,
Do you
"Maybe it's more
guys-
for the pisser than the pissy."
Yeah. Do you
All right, we're
guys
gonna
have
watch
green
the
ants
video real
over
quick.
there?
Do what?
Have green ants?
Green ants?
Green ants.
I've never
They're
seen
cool.
green ants. We have a problem with fire ants, but not green ants.
Green ants, they just like bite you and it really hurts, but then they give you a really bad migraine and then you vomit. It's horrible.
How did they evolve to cause that? You know, like they're
I have
poisonous.
no idea.
Like that's ineffective. Imagine getting stung by. They could wipe out like a few people if like an entire nest went to
Yep.
town on people. Like that's fucking nuts.
I think we're only starting to get fire ants over here now. There's some places that have them, but we're
They're
sort of
bad. That's actually my very first memory. This is gonna sound crazy, but one of my first earliest memories was my grandmother washing fire ants off my legs at her house out of the sink. Like as a kid, I had been about 2 years old, and I got into a nest of them. And I remember being in the nest and like almost becoming conscious, you know, and just hearing like like screaming and looking down and everybody panicking and trying to get them off me, and then me being put into one of those like I don't know what is it, like a slop sink. You know what I mean? Like like a utility sink, and like them just washing it off my legs. And
you have to tell us all the stories of how many times you've blacked out from pain. Sounds like you've got a few days.
All right. I hate to cut off Dazed here, but Mike Garcia says there's no structure to this podcast. Is there? No, Mike.
Absolutely not.
No, throwing it out the window for the show. We are going to watch this video though, because
yes, let's see. I love.
Oh yes, that's the one. This is typical Australia. This is what it's like. That's how we dress. This is everything Australian you're gonna see.
Buck actually has hold of the dog, not the other way around. As Greg runs in, we realise this could get dangerous.
I've seen this. Yeah, this is good. He beats the shit out of it for a minute.
Let it go, Toms. Let's go. Now the dog's coming.
Yes.
Well, we're not sure
You
what's
realize
going on
that
here,
man threw a
but
good
the
right
room
hook.
has the dog, not the other.
Yeah, he just squared up with that guy. He was ready.
That was a good punch, and
that's a little kangaroo too.
Yeah,
that's not a big one.
It seemed big, like it looked muscular.
That's a gray. That's not a red. Red.
Damn, there's a bigger
like,
one, a red.
Yep.
Wow.
That's just a gray. That's an Eastern gray. They're like they're what you hit with your car. They're the ones like a lot of people actually shoot kangaroos out here as a living, and they take them to the dog boxes, they call them, and they get processed into like pet food, things like that, because they can become a pretty big pest, kangaroos. So people get in their 4-wheel drives, get their guns, go out, shoot them, and put them all on the back, do a night's work, drop them off at the dog box to get paid for them. So you can make money out here if you want to come shoot roos.
See, over here they'll put horses into our pet food.
Yeah, that's typical over here. Get the same, like any sort of bits of animals, and But good. The other problem is if you want to come shooting over here, good luck getting a gun license. Man, they make it hard.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
can
tried.
I can go down to my local Walmart and get one within a couple weeks.
Yep. Here,
that takes you that
you-
long, days? I can go down the street and get one off the block in about 4 hours.
I don't own a firearm, so I know that the FBI or the NS whatever the fuck the thing that looks into it would at least run a background check on me. I know they don't approve it to people.
Well, I'm saying
instantly.
Carlos down the street, he don't run no background checks. He just checks your money's
Carlos
green.
down. Oh yeah, okay. Well, hook me up with a sawed off.
here in Australia, if you want a gun license, you have to get it up. You have to do a gun course, safety course, which is a full day course. You get a letter that you have to join a gun club, or you have to have a legitimate reason to own it. And then you have to send an application away to the police. The police background check you. They check anything you've done, and then they make the decision whether you get the gun on the license or not. So I got turned down recently because of something I'd done 10 years ago.
10 years ago? Wow.
Yep, and I could have, taken it to a tribunal and got it overturned, but that cost like $350. And the guy at the gun shop was like, "Look, you'll probably get it overturned," but I was like, I just couldn't be bothered with the process, and I gave up.
You had to pay. You had to pay to fight it, to overturn it.
You have to pay to
bizarre.
fight it. You have to pay to join the gun club, which is like $100 a year. And then you have to pay, I think, $200 and something to send the application away. It's expensive. It's hard to do.
Yeah, you don't do any of that over here. You can literally walk to a Walmart. They'll enter it into the system and run it for you. Run it for you free of charge. And most likely you're gonna get approved. Unless you just have like a really crazy background.
Hold up real quick. Wiley says, "Hey Tony, where's Gary? Did Gary find the white van with free candy written on it?" Says, "Hey Evans, hey Days Gaming. Hey, what's up, Wiley? I don't know where Gary's at.
Hey, Wiley.
Howdy.
MIA. He's missing in action.
Hopefully he's all right.
He probably answered a couple of Facebook ads to go get some games, and he's on the road. And then the Amico Samurais got him.
It's possible.
What's everyone's prediction on how far the Amico console is away if it's to come out?
I mean, it has to be by the end of Q2. If not, if that's a delay, another.
Well, the games are there now, so he's sort of got it. If he sells all of these games, he's got to be under the pressure to have to put a console out for him.
Yes,
but Tony did bring up that video where there was an agreement of if it doesn't come out or whatnot, they protected themselves. Isn't that right, Tony? You were looking into that?
Yeah, if the console doesn't come out, the games that they sold are no guarantee they'll ever get made or there'll ever be a license for them. P.O. Box Christmas says Gary is playing with Ninja Turtles in the bathtub tonight.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, because Tommy says a lot of things, right? We can all agree that Tommy's always talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said last time that he wouldn't come out during the Christmas holiday because the advertising was too expensive. So I don't know why anyone thought that Christmas was even a possibility.
But he could he could have a second office in Utah. Doesn't make sense.
Why even have it?
Second
if
office,
you're not just trying to look tough.
5 offices.
5?
There's Utah, San Francisco, the other California one. What the hell is it? The one that the main one, the main office. It's not San
California.
I don't know.
He's got the Europe office and he's got the Dubai office.
Dubai and everything.
Did he just spend the whole budget on offices?
Yeah.
Like
now they're desperate for cash, so they're releasing these games so that they can get some cash flow to show that they can actually get more investors. Like, say, look, there is a brand here that exists. We can make money on it.
It's
So
Irvine.
weird.
Here it is.
Irvine, yes.
Salt Lake City.
How did we not know that? We sound stupid.
Yeah. Irvine, Salt Lake City, San Francisco, Dubai, and Nuremberg.
Oh yeah, they got to have that German one for the money that they receive.
None of it makes any sense. The German one is only for the money, so that's at least understandable.
Yes.
The Middle East Dubai one, I don't know.
Well, that was for like, didn't he have somebody that he knew in Dubai? Where'd the one article come from that they first did?
Oh, over in the Middle East, IGN.
Yeah.
Is there some connection with that potentially, or?
Yeah, but that sounds like a waste of money if you're not going to sell any consoles. I don't think the market in Dubai is, all there for the Amico. It's the same thing like do you think he's going to sell a bunch of Amicos in India? Because I know he's always talking about the 3 billion gamers and these are the market. And if you look at where the people play games, then Dubai makes sense.
Yeah,
but
that could. It could potentially. That's not a bad
Chappie
idea.
says they're probably not real offices. They're just addresses for tax shelters.
Yeah.
Rhea says they have 2 California offices. It is listed on their website, Irvine and San Francisco. So, once again, I'm just going by what the information is,
Yep.
So.
Well, I'm supposed to be, you just showed Rhea, I'm supposed to be on their live stream tomorrow at 4.
Ooh. Gonna be on there tomorrow.
This
Mike
is
Garcia wants to know
actually
real quick.
probably good practice tonight because it's like I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
Which live stream are you going on?
Mad Max? I don't know his exact channel name.
Oh, yeah.
Movie Madness and Entertainment.
Yes, I never can remember.
So you're going on there tomorrow night? Okay.
Apparently, they asked me to, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
Mike Garcia wants to know real quick, how do people see Amico and TT in Australia? You guys left out of that sweet Amico action?
I had interest in the Amico at the start. I actually seen it.
I'll be right back, guys. Hang on.
You're right. I seen it through YouTube or something, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool!" Under $10 games, you'll be able to pick them up wherever. And as it unfolded, I just kept following it from there because the shit show was rolling. And then I changed my mind. I'm like, "Yep." So I've been at that ever since. But there is some people that show interest, I guess. I don't know anyone myself, but there is a few Australian YouTubers that have mentioned the Amico. But I did ask Tommy when he was on that stream with Saggy. I'm like, "Oh, are you doing anything in Australia?" He's like, "Yeah, that's on the plan, but we take that with a grain of salt."
Yeah, it's in year 5 or 6. One in Bicep says if they make a Ring Ka King wrestling game on Amico, they'll sell in India. Is that company even still around? I know that India was going to be a big wrestling market at one point, and then it kind of just
maybe have to look it up.
Show says Dubai is fun as hell. I recommend everyone visit at least once.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about Dubai. I guess it's fun if you're a dude, but not so much if you're a chick.
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to leave Australia. I'm a hermit. I like my house and just, doing my thing.
Hermits.
Yeah.
We all live in our mother's basement. And
I do. I definitely do. I'm admitting it right now.
We don't have basements in Australia, so I can't live in them.
There's no
my basement would be disgusting to live in. I have an old house. Like my house was built in I believe 1907. Yeah, the basement is weird. Like there's like an area where they would have dumped coal in from the side, like down a coal chute. Like it's a working basement. Like it's not meant to be like refinished or lived in.
Oh, okay.
It's a short ceiling
Interesting.
too. Yeah, it's a great place to like store your tools, and you can like actually do work and stuff down there. But it would
There
not be a
might
place you'd want to live.
there might be the odd house here that has like a staircase basement downwards, but most of the houses here are just flat, like cement slab down and then just built up from there.
Yeah.
Because you can't really have houses on stilts or anything because of the cyclones that come in. So a lot of the houses are built to withstand cyclones and stuff. So yeah, they aren't really built like any other houses. Like some houses are on stilts, like for the wind to go under to cool them. But yeah, the houses are all sort of built the same.
Huh. Tony, do you live in your mom's basement? Is that where you're at right now?
I live in my mother's attic. We have 2 floors.
We don't have attics either.
What? You don't have an attic either? Attics are awesome.
No.
I'd rather be living in the attic than the basement.
Maybe the odd house might have it, but what we got is like manholes, they call them. So like in the ceiling, there's a little square cut out and you push it and slide it to the side so you can get in the roof. That's about it. There's no actually space up on the roof to live or anything.
Chappie says you can't put basements in Australia because you'd come up through a floor in Kentucky.
True. In China.
So it's been over a week since the email went out saying, hurry up, buy the boxed editions. They're going fast. And Tommy hasn't come out and said that they've sold out. Is that you guys find that odd?
Yeah. Look, reality, he's probably sold maybe a quarter of his stock, if that. You know, it's
I just wish
to change it.
I just wish we still had the way to look at the numbers. You know?
Yeah. Well, Tommy won't give us that because that's fodder for the haters. That's why he changed it from the amount it was to 1 million or something, wasn't it, on the website?
Yeah. We had it. You should have
like 1 million.
He saw in a video. He saw in a video though how to check that.
Yeah. That was our good buddy Amico Day.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
You ruined it for us, man.
And I just want to clear some things up because I see everything. You know, I read everything, and people are basically saying that the numbers were never correct to begin with, right? Because the numbers were wrong. So let me straighten this out real quick. There were 50,000 games made. This is according to Tommy Tallarico himself. 50,000 games were made. 40,000 were shipped to the U.S. to be sold in the U.S. 10,000 were left in Europe to be sold in Europe. If you went on the website, there was originally 5,000 8-packs, 5,000 of each of the 4-packs, which equals 40,000 games. No, 2,500. See, even I'm saying it wrong. It's 2,500 8-packs, 2,500 of each of the 4-packs. That's 40,000 games.
Yeah.
On the other side, there was 1,250 of each one that equaled 10,000.
Right.
So the numbers were there. But let's say that the numbers are wrong, right? Let's say that all we were doing was going from the initial allotment minus how many were left. So if they said we had 100 left, then you go, oh, they started here. This is how many they sold.
Yeah.
So if the numbers were too small, if the numbers were too high, then that means they sold even less. Right? So if you're saying, oh, well, some of them were supposed to go to the stores, right? So they didn't really have 2,500 bundles of the 8-packs. Well, then you sold even less because we started with 2,500 and we're minusing to get to the new number. So if you only had 2,000, then you sold 500 less than what we thought. See what I'm saying?
Got a question. I haven't checked, but does it offer? Is he offering international shipping on them products?
No.
It
The
would
U.S.
be-
ones only ship to the U.S. and the Europe ones only ship to Europe.
That is a
And you can't get them in
that is
Australia
a
'cause someone
foolish
asked.
choice.
It would be interesting to see what sales would be like if it was open to international, which he probably will give them international shipping if they don't sell. You know, give it a month or two. You know, with their stock sitting, he'll probably open it up to international. It'd be interesting to see how much would sell then, which he would probably sell a lot more, you know, maybe.
That
maybe.
actually then gives value to the games here then if internationally people can't get them and they want to buy them.
Yeah.
Like Gen X gamers on eBay, that could be a problem.
Yep, I've been watching him on there. But I don't think television really took off anywhere else other than America, and you know, it wasn't really a big thing, was it? Like I don't think in Australia television really.
No, but worldwide,
off.
somebody out there's got to want one.
Yeah, of
There'll be
course.
one person that wants one because
There'll
they're
be
following
someone
it on
in
Atari age.
There'll be a following in all the countries around the world. There would be someone out there that would want it.
Yeah, Finbar Sanders, he makes a good point. He says you don't need to be able to see the numbers. The fact that they're still selling them so long after saying stock was low speaks volumes. Yeah,
exactly. Time will tell the sales. We don't need numbers. Give it a few months, they're still not sold out. Well, that's telling you something, isn't it? So, you know, he may be able to stop the figures we could see of what's sold, but time will catch up and tell us exactly what it's like.
And I was surprised that I really thought that he was going to wait a couple of days and just claim they were sold out and just stop selling them. But no, apparently he's still selling them. They're not sold out. He hasn't made any announcement. There's nothing on AA saying basically, you know, we're almost there, guys. You know, we just need to sell a couple hundred more or whatever. So he's basically just forgot about the numbers and like he's ignoring it.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder too if he could sell them internationally because are they region locked? You know? No.
Well, like you said, these are just, I mean, maybe somebody would just buy it as a collectible.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yep.
I mean, you could potentially buy a game for a system that will never exist.
Yeah. And here's the second point I need to clarify. Because originally I said that there was 3 variants. There was going to be the ESRB, the PEGI, and the USK ratings. This was because Tommy said that there was 24 variations of the boxes. You know, 3 regions, 8 boxes for each game. But apparently the European ones just have both labels, the USK and the PEGI slapped on them. So there are only 2 variations of the boxes. So if you are looking to collect, you just need the European ones and the US ones.
Didn't Tommy come out and say there's like special variations of the box art and things like that people are saying? Or
well, originally he said on Atari Age that the only difference was the Words Limited Collector's Edition. Then I guess recently he made a video unboxing his own games, and he said, I haven't watched it, but according to people, they said that he came out and said that there was going to be some other differences or whatever.
Yeah. Some people are saying in their videos like, "Oh, I got a different color," or the picture's a different way. And some people, I think Darius was saying that no, it's just a printing fuck up.
Yeah,
exactly. Let's spin it to something positive. It's a new collectible variant.
Yeah,
that's what they were trying to do.
No, that was a fuck up on the print run.
Yeah, they did that too with the plastic holders were upside down, and they were
Yes.
like, "This is a variant." Like, no.
And then, like, also apparently the shells don't shut properly on it. The box cases don't shut, and the cardboard's quite
they look
poor.
terrible. That's why I told Gen X Gamer to look in that biplanes one and see if it's flipped the coin.
Yeah.
If it is, that's going to make it worth more to these collectors.
I tell you, one thing Amico does get right. I do like the artwork they do. Some of it looks good.
Yes.
The case art and that.
Yes.
The art's great. You know, whoever their artist is, they need to keep paying him what they're paying him.
I think they're all really nice, except that Finnegan Fox one.
Yeah.
It needs to. That one needs to burn.
He looks like a fox and a raccoon done the dirty, and that was the result. He's got like that bit of a raccoon face on him.
Yeah, I watched that Tommy unboxing video, and he was talking about Finnegan Fox, like that it went the game. What is it? The Fox Friends in Forest or whatever the hell the other name of the game is. Yes, so that one he said was a 7.5, but what they've done to it has turned it into a 10 by making it easier. He said the original game was so hard it brought it down to a 7.5, but by them making it easier, it's brought it up to a perfect 10.
Okay. First off, on Metacritic, Fox and Forest has a 66.
So it's a 6. He's off exaggerating a whole point.
Average
Almost.
game, very average.
Nintendo Life gave it a 6 out of 10. Secondly, Fox and Forest is not a hard game. It is a very easy
I was wondering, like when he said that, I'm like, man, I have beaten plenty of platform mobile games.
Well, this wasn't a mobile game. This was a full.
Was it the Switch store or the stores? Yeah. So
really,
indie.
Yeah, I got it on
indie eShop
PS4.
game.
Okay, you're right. Yes, I've seen the footage now. You're right.
Now, Open Critic has it at 70%. So if he was going by those numbers, I guess 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Well,
I gave it a 4 out of 10.
It's hard because
you're
there's so
biased
many good.
though, Tony.
Yeah, it's funny because I gave it. Here's what I said. I said, for me, it's a 4 out of 10. But I can see that other people might consider it a 6 out of 10. Younger kids who haven't played a lot of platformers. People who don't. This whole the mechanic, the weather change mechanic. It's not novel to me because I've played so many games, but other people might find it novel.
Like,
so,
ooh, you can make the ground freeze.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was like, the art's real good. I like the art. I was like, so for me, it's a 4 out of 10.
They've
it's
changed the good art.
I actually,
You're right, Tony, go ahead.
I interviewed the guy who, the head developer for the game. And he was making fun of me for saying that I was a 4 out of 10. He's like, so I felt a little bad because.
Oh, you actually talked to the guy that made the game, and you gave his game a 4 out of 10 to his face.
Well, I gave it a 4 out of 10 first, and then I interviewed him, and he had mentioned it. I was like, oh, I felt so bad.
Well, you can't. I guess you can't ever be called a shill, Tony.
No, but he's real cool. The Rupert Axar. Forget how to pronounce
Well, that's it. You've got to be able to take the criticism, take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You make a product, you put it out there. At least you were honest to his face. You could have sat there going, "Oh, this is a 10," and then gone on your website and slapped a 4 on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, dude.
That's honest journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it in stride. He didn't attack me. He did the interview. We talked about a bunch of stuff. We still chat every once in a while. He's a decent dude.
And that's how it should be, not going on to Atari Age or anything. They're picking up me. It's just like, okay, I've got to have my criticism and that's it, Jeez, they need to get so butthurt about, criticism. You're going to have it with a product.
You do. You just got to learn to accept it. And you cannot, if you fight it, it's literally like, I don't know, like putting out, like a gasoline fire or something, like just with water or something, or whatever. Like there's a type of fire that will burn, and you try to put it out with water.
Electrical fire.
Yeah, grease fire. Like trying to put a grease fire with water. Like you're never going to win that fight.
Yeah.
Ninja Kitty's right. Fox and Forest was a Kickstarter game. It's getting a facelift using. I don't know if it's a facelift, more like a
got to keep that 16-bit.
Yeah, someone got hit with the ugly stick, in my opinion.
Yeah, repeatedly.
Luke Skywalker
falling down the
Fox
tree.
and Forest wasn't that hard. I actually beat Fox and Forest without getting all the power-ups, all the upgrades, because it's really not that hard.
Can you still buy that game for the Switch?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'm buying it, and I'm going to play it and see if I can't beat it.
Probably on sale for like $1.
If I can't beat it, then I will shut up talking trash about it being too hard. I need to experience this for myself.
Next time we talk to Dazed, it is the most amazing game. My drawer hit the floor. It'd be funny.
Show says he really does just need to relax. The best thing Tommy can do right now is just finish the console and put it out quietly if possible. No one can deny a release.
Yeah,
it's true.
Just sell it. He's selling it out of his trunk at a Walmart.
I think he's going to do.
That's a release.
He's going to do like a Avon. He's going to have Amico cars. They're going to drive.
Going door to door with his Amicos in a wagon.
Oh, God. That would be hilarious. Just
Like
like
they
he's
got
just
Tupperware
like a door
parties,
to
they got
doors.
Amico parties.
You know
He's got all the mums around with it. Like, this has fabulous features. It's got gyro, LCD screens, LED lights. What do you think, ladies?
Yeah. Have y'all ever seen the movie The Pursuit of Happiness?
I think so.
A long
The
time
one where
ago.
Will Smith is like he's going around and he's trying to sell these some kind of computer or something to these doctors like that are going to be taking imaging. Like that's what it reminds me of. Like Tommy having because he had like a stack of them in his apartment and he got conned into the scheme of selling those and making money.
Yeah,
he's going to be sitting on a pile of amigos at his house, hustling them out to anyone that'll listen,
giving them out as gifts when he has house parties or something.
And then somebody re-gifts it back to him.
Yeah, it's like that Christmas gift you re-gift every year, and it just cycles around. Oh, here, Nana.
Luke Skywalker says, I gave $4.99 for Fox and Forest on PS4, beat it in like 4 hours, then deleted it. It had nothing that makes me ever want to replay it. Yeah, it's a decent game. I love the art, good music, but it's not that hard. It's not that deep. The weather change mechanic is real shallow. You can only it's basically you hit a button and it changes from one season to the next, but there's no choice. It's like this level is spring and winter. This level is summer and fall.
So it's literally just like literally like just hitting a button to do nothing.
That reminds me of the Zelda games on Game Boy. You remember them, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages? It's basically.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
Yeah. Oh my lord, you need to play them. They're like the best Zeldas, but yeah, you do the same. You change your weather or you travel in time to get through different parts of dungeons and things like that.
Which game is this?
Zelda, Oracle of Seasons.
It's on the
and
game.
Oracle of.
It's on the Game Boy.
Game Boy Color.
Oh, you know what? I never played Game Boy Color much. I was like at that point, I was at a period in my life when I wasn't doing like mobile gaming.
Yep.
I was a little bit old. I was a little bit older, you know, and like because I played the Game Boy plenty, but by that point, I was almost it would have been had it close to being getting into high school when that was coming out.
I think they dropped to 2000 or 01. I think around there.
Shit, I was in college by then.
They need remakes, like they are Zelda games that I'm hoping Nintendo are doing something with them because
sure, why wouldn't they? You know, that's like just a property that they can easily make tons of money on.
Yeah, they really should. Like they were really good games.
I'll have to try it out. It's possible that I even own it. Like I've bought a few of those from yard sales, but I don't think I ever got a Zelda one. Just random Game Boy Color games that I have yet to play.
I'm still crossing my fingers, hoping for a new Golden Sun. One day. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But
Golden Sun was good.
Yeah, great games. Just another IP Nintendo has that. I think the latest use with him, they put Isaac in Smash Bros. Or something.
It's always in Smash Bros. That's all they do. It's lazy.
Yeah, he's not even a playable character. I think he's just like one of those.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's just a slap in the face.
Yeah, it's.
Wiley wants to know how old everyone is. Well, we all know I'm 40. I think 40. Dave's gaming.
I'm 43.
He's the oldest.
34.
I did not know you were 40, Tony.
He's young.
I thought you were
still in his
younger.
Teenage years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I've had people think that I'm like 20 when they meet me in person.
I remember I'm pretty sure the first time that we talked, I thought you told me you were 19. And I remember making in a video, I said that you were 19 and you commented and said, I am not 19 for the record.
Tony is that young? He still gets asked for ID at the bottle O.
No, actually, I have never been asked for ID. Even when I was underage drinking, I would just walk into the liquor store because I had a full beard, mustache.
Yep. I had a fake ID that I used. It was a Rhode Island fake ID with my picture on it that I bought from like this just random place down in Atlanta, Georgia, called Crazy Cards, and they would make like they were supposed to be for fun, but they looked just good enough that if somebody didn't completely give a shit at a liquor store or whatever, they would accept it. And in fact, I used it everywhere. It worked everywhere except one liquor store in Georgia. One time denied me, and it was turned out to be a liquor store that was owned by the sheriff. That's the only one that it never works.
Yeah, I would just walk in, 6'2", full beard, mustache. They would just go, okay, there's your liquor, sir.
I used to get it when I was chefing at a restaurant, and I was, I think I was 16 or 17 when I first moved to the from town to chef. And the ladies there, like, they used to have drinks at the end of the night and grab alcohol. And I was like, oh, I'm underage. She's like, I'll let you have it. So that's how I used to get it. Just take it home with me from the restaurant.
That's a good hookup for a kid.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, eee.
But to circle back around, yeah, Fox and Forest, not that great, not that hard.
I need to play it.
It ain't no Metroid Dread.
There's 2 side-scrolling levels in Fox and Forest, which I understand are what is going to be
the 4-player mode.
Yeah, those 2 levels are pretty good. But like I said, it's just because the mechanic is so just like one-dimensional. You just push a button, switches from one to the other. There's no thought involved. There's no like, oh, should I try to make it winner to see what happens and try to solve a puzzle? No, it's just literally okay. There's water. Make it winner.
What's got me puzzled with Fox and Forest, out of all the indie games that he could have picked to be that, why pick Fox and Forest?
German developer.
Yep.
German developer.
And it's probably just obscure enough that maybe people wouldn't have played it. It'd be an easy one to put on there as like an exclusive.
Yeah. He wanted a platformer, something with a mascot.
A mascot.
It was a German developer. It was the perfect mix of what Tommy wants. They needed funding for the next game they're making. So it was a match made in heaven.
Yep. Well, there you go. It's up
He
to you every day.
He has a great plan. But
everyone's got a plan.
The execution has been questionable.
Yeah.
Just like they say in the fight game. Everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face.
Yeah, then you're just wailing at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're so mad at that point that you're not even trying to fight technically. You're just like going to beat somebody's ass.
Luke says it would be better if you could change between all 4 seasons, not 2 at a time.
Or there would be like a choice that was wrong and it had like a consequence.
Yeah.
Climate change. Oh, climate change could kick in as a consequence.
Or something, sure. They could do that. They could sell that as a green and like an eco-friendly game. Like, God, you picked sun, 300 degrees roast. The sun, everything has collapsed. The sun is through the shield.
Yep, that'd be a cool little feature.
The ozone layer has collapsed. That's what I was searching for and couldn't think.
Not
shields, but ozone layer.
I did talk to the developers. I'll put a link in the chat. They mentioned that he wanted to. Originally, that was the plan to have all 4 seasons, but it didn't quite work out.
That's weird.
Seems like Run of Heaven's little kids are running around.
Yeah, I've got a house full
of kids. What time is it where you are? What time is it where you are?
It is 12:35 in the afternoon.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I'm at 10:30 at night.
At night.
Yeah. I have tomorrow off though. Like this is basically my Saturday and Sunday is Sunday and Monday. So this is like Friday night for me.
Yep. At least time sort of line up with everything. Like to catch a lot of the videos and stuff. It's sort of lunchtime for me, which is good. If
That's what I do. Yeah.
If the videos are done in the morning, well, over there, well, that's probably my sleep time.
Yeah.
Uh,
We just hit the 2-hour mark.
yeah, I really don't have anything else. Gary not being here really threw me off.
Are we not good enough?
I wonder, I wonder if
He
he's all
usually
right.
brings in some ideas too.
I'm not usually like an idea guy. I'm more of a commenter on whatever. Usually it was like whatever weird shit Carl brought up.
Yeah. Wiley said I don't think he plays games, just brags about what he owns in reference to Tommy. Yeah, I don't think he plays anything new. Even when he was complaining about the 51 games on Switch, he was complaining about he couldn't figure out how to do the menu system or whatever and work the games. Like his little mini review was like just fucking terrible.
If he can't figure that out, he shouldn't be designing a console.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So when do we expect Carl to come back? You reckon he's just got to take a long break and see how we go?
I wish he would come back. He was a lot of fun to talk to.
He needs a break. You know that everyone needs a break. I've done the same.
Yeah.
I dropped off for a bit.
Yeah.
Sort of took about a month off and then come back.
Like I said, he's always welcome to come back. He just got to hit me up, let me know, so I can bring the link. But I think we started off with Ren asking us when we thought the console was coming out. Somehow
we derailed. We derailed from that.
Oh, you always do. Chats.
So like I was saying, Tommy says a lot of things. He says that it's too expensive to advertise during the Christmas season. That right after Christmas, that January is a bad time for console sales.
Yes.
So that's why originally, when they had the first delay, they said not till April. So I guess April would be the earliest, and then they would jump back over to October. So I'm guessing October is going to be the next release.
Another year.
Right.
Yeah, I predict another year. October next year. So then anything beyond next year, this is like their deadlines now. This year coming up, that's it. The faithful are hanging in there.
April would be the fourth delay.
Yeah, it needs to be this year coming. If it isn't, well,
piss
they
off.
They really should just pack, ship, and leave. Because at that point, there's not many people hanging around.
2-year delay.
Chupacabra says 2-year delay. Nice.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A lot of systems have been delayed, but as people pointed out, like when I think it was the N64 was delayed, they upgraded the chipset that was in it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they would want to have the next
Probably
best
could do
thing.
that.
They're going. I would be more afraid at this point that they're going to have to be using cheaper parts, not upgrades, to fulfill these orders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
how
reckon
does the company survive for 12 more months? Where's the capital coming from at this point? No idea.
I guess
YouTube revenue.
It's got to be donations from the cult.
Here's what I don't know. I would monetize my channel. I would in television, if you're listening, monetize the Intellivision channel.
Yeah.
Start pumping out videos left and right, and maybe you can make some money that way.
Or at least make the brand, like expand the brand.
You want to hear my theory why I reckon it's hard for them to get chips? This is what I think. I could be completely wrong, but this is what's in my head. The tech's so old, right, that they want to run. What was the 2016 chipset from a mobile?
Yeah.
I reckon they're not in production anymore. You can't get them. I reckon the way they've got to get them is from recycled, old mobile, like old tech recycled.
Yes, I've said that before. Yes,
they've got to get it through an electronics recycler, and you'd have to source it from so many different places. I reckon that's because it's those chips are coming fresh off the press. Like they're not getting.
If they're not doing that, then it's stupid.
Yeah,
They're
Well,
stupid.
here's
know.
my understanding. My understanding of the situation was the chipset that they picked, that they decided on, was an older chipset that was getting phased out, but they were hoping
To
that
get
it
a
would still be in
deal.
production so they can get
Yep.
a whole bunch of them. Then the pandemic hit, and the manufacturers started shutting down the older lines because no one was ordering chips because pandemic, nothing was
Yeah.
selling, so they shut down the older lines, thinking, all right, these are going to be gone. No one's going to buy these anyway. We could phase them out and just
Yep.
focus on the new stuff. But luckily, some company needed that particular chip, so they
Yes. Yeah.
made
And they
made
they piggybacked off that.
they made the
Yep.
line get back open for a run, and
That
then
was
television
luck.
was able to get in and grab some chips. But after that, who knows what's going to happen?
Well, then why aren't they? What? Then why? Where's their chip shortage? They have the chips. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds like, why are they not? If they got in on that deal,
Well, remember they had four. There was four parts that were missing. It was the chips and other things. Everyone always focuses on the chip shortage. But they
Another
said that they had four
theory.
parts. They need the LCDs, the screens.
yes, the screen. Yeah,
Another theory I got is manufacturing. Right? If manufacturing's so far behind, and there's only so many places that can manufacture that sort of stuff, maybe all the companies have backlogs with them, and they have to have a slot in there behind like Sony, Nintendo, Apple, or whatever, and all the companies are slotted, and they've got to wait for their run to have the chips done. Maybe they're just so far behind they can't buy a slot
yeah. Oh,
to
yeah,
get to
absolutely.
get
They're
them put together, to actually
they
get the consoles put together. Maybe they're just so slapped in a queue with one of the manufacturers so far behind that maybe it could be years before they get their slot. That's
yeah,
another theory I've got.
yeah. They're way down the pecking order of importance.
Yep. And there's only many places that can manufacture. That's why was it Tommy talking about getting them manufacturing them themselves or something? Maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason why
Yeah,
getting them done in America, because they can't buy a slot to get it done within time, because maybe Nintendo, Sony, or them have taken up all the slots and bought all the priorities, and it's like, oh, we want to get ours manufactured. They're like, well, Sony and Nintendo, Xbox, that have all bought the slots for the next 3 years. So
get
if
in
you want to get it
line.
manufactured, yeah, that's another theory, but I could be completely wrong.
1 inch biceps reminds us that maybe they'll make some money off the Evercade and television collection.
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
think we're gonna make that much. What are the cards selling for, like $20?
Yeah, they'd probably get $1 out of it per sale.
they need to be pimping out those in television games everywhere right now.
They should just do what every YouTuber does, like really try punch out more merch, do different shirts, like maybe DJC cartoon, like with his jaw drop, like he has on his thing. Start pumping out a lot more merch, because people make a lot of money off merch instead of just a television shirt and a cap. Maybe start do some maybe Finnegan Fox shirts, or
I think they have
merch
like
isn't
over
expensive
100 items.
merch wise.
They
Yeah.
should they should
Oh,
legitimately make
ouch.
they should legitimately make a DJC cartoon series for their YouTube channel. Like, have everyone in it, like Retro Bro,
Yep,
Cyrus, like just have like the whole group.
yep. It would
Well,
make
they
for an
already
interesting
have.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Let's they have the box art shirts for the classic and television games.
Really? I didn't know they had that much merch.
Yeah, I mean, people are wearing them in the videos
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got
that are pro Amico. They're literally wearing Amico swag.
Yep.
this is besides the Amico stuff, like all the Intellivision Amico Rebel shirts, television shirts, and television family, the hoodies. They got one that
Yep.
has the Finnegan Fox, just the name. The baseball one. They got dress
Jeez.
shirts. You want a television polo?
Wow, I didn't know that. You know,
They're
'cause-
expensive though. Like these hoodies are
Yeah.
$85.
Really? Oh, that's ouch.
It's an Intellivision Running Man unisex champion tie-dye hoodie, $85. And the only thing that it has is just a little running man in the upper right. That's it. 85
Yeah,
bucks.
that's too expensive, just like the console. Drop all your prices, get some more sales, and slowly put it up. Isn't that how even online subscriptions work?
You can
$1 a
get a
month.
onesie for your baby, a Rebel onesie for 30 bucks.
Oh Lord, get one for my young one.
Yeah, they got water bottles. I mean, they got a bunch of stuff. I just don't think anyone's buying it. Look, you can get a Running Man spiral notebook, a Finnegan
Jeez.
Fox, a laptop sleeve.
Man,
you can deck
that's
yourself out. Socks.
jocks,
Socks.
underwear.
Socks. No underwear. They got a book bag. You want to send your kid, get your kid beat up at school?
Come over with a black eye. See what happened there. Chuck the bag in the bin. You'll be good now, son.
$60 for an Intellivision Amico book bag.
And $60 American over here. What's that? That'll be like $75, $80 here. Man, I could probably buy all the books for my kids to go to school, a uniform, and a bag for that.
Well, if you want a blanket, $50 for a 50 by 60 inch blanket. It says Intellivision Amico on it.
So $50, that would be like 65 here in Australia. At EB, that'd probably get me like a couple of shirts and a blanket or something.
Hey, thanks for letting me back in, dude.
I didn't even notice I was on the other page.
I literally said in the chat, I was like, "Let me back in."
Well, I was in the other page. I was in the other screen.
I turned on my camera on accident, but here we go. So.
Ninja Kitty, can you buy a Finnegan Fox banana hammock for Days Gaming?
Yeah. No.
What do you say?
No beer cozy. Says they want a banana hammock, Finnegan Fox banana hammock for Days Gaming.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know there was a few people complaining about Days Gaming not wearing tight enough shorts. They want tighter shorts on.
So I need to wear it. I don't know, man. We'll see. My wife would definitely be beginning to become suspect of my channel if I were doing that.
Dave's just laying there in his thong. All right, guys, let's talk about some Amico.
Pipping himself out, OnlyFans, hammock man.
Wiley says Evercade verse price point will kill the Amico. It's funny that you would think that the Evercade verse would be the big thing that all the retro guys are after, but they're still all in on the Amico, at least as far as I can see.
Yeah, it's weird.
Amico condoms.
Miko birth control, television brand, pregnancy test. You get a television pregnancy test.
Hell yeah, to have like a little mini game. She's got to pee on the spaceships.
Shaped like the Amico control. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what they got. I know they got everything is print on demand. They're way too expensive.
Yep.
Some of it doesn't even look nice. I'm sorry to say, like the Fox and Forest logo or the Finnegan Fox logo looks really weird on the shirt. Doesn't look good the way it fits. The old game covers look kind of dumb, in my opinion.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm not an Intellivision fan. Maybe Days Gaming likes it better. I know he's a big boomer. Mike Garcia says, "Can you trade family-friendly cryptos and NFTs on Amico?" Not yet. That is the plan. Mike Dwyer wants a Finnegan Fox onesie. Hell yeah!
I want a Tommy Tallarico onesie with his face on it. Hey, he probably might actually make more money if he's actually sold it as Tommy Tallarico brand, since everyone really. Oh, look what he's got up. It's boxing, television boxing. Very
With
nice.
what is that? A CD? Which what the circle looks weird. I'm surprised that they haven't just made new carts, new classic and television carts.
Yeah. Would look
Ray
pretty
wants that
sweet doing
Evercade
it that way.
verse.
This is what I've
so-
been doing. What? Yeah.
So Dave's got, look at that. Run of Heavens is over there making little miniatures.
Just painting. That's all I've been doing while I've been talking.
I'm the only one paying attention. I'm the only one actually invested in the show. Thanks, guys. Wiley wants to know, do you have Donkey Kong on the 2600 days? Who muted his mic?
Yep. You there, Dazed?
Hang on a minute. I'm having like this mic music is trash.
Can hear you now.
Give me just a minute. I will grab. See what
Yeah, like I said, Ray is all up about that Evercade verse. Ninja Kitty says, check out the Founders Edition Evercade verse. You will want one. Is the Founders Edition the red one? Because that one looks nice. No, it's the black one. I don't like the black one. I think the red and white one looks better.
Amiga, yep.
No, I'm talking about the Evercade.
Evercade, yep. Yeah, well, there's one place like there's no EB over here. None of them sell anything like that. But there is one retro like website here that's selling them for $150, and with 3 games or something, 3 collections. I was like, oh, that'd be pretty neat to have on the fence. I just don't know how good they really are. Like, they seem all right. Everyone seems to be happy with them. Have you got one, Tony, or no?
No, I don't have
No.
one. I'm not like I said, I'm not really a big retro gamer.
Yeah, I don't really game much at all anymore. I think the only game I'm keen for like the next year is Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Ooh,
but
yeah,
that's about it.
I'm all about that.
I've really settled down on my gaming and even collecting. Like, it takes up space. I really only collect what means something, and then I've got to play. You don't want to go out and just buy like 1,000 games and just fill your house up with stuff that doesn't really mean much to you.
Well, I got like 400 games digitally, so.
Yep. Well, I have a
too
friend that's just all digital. He's just like, digital's the future, and that's where I'm buying it all. So he's 100% with it, digital, and fair enough, because everything is going to go digital. There's no 2 ways about it. That's the future. There's got to be no physical products within the next 5 years. I reckon they'll be gone, and it'll just be digital online streaming. Like, look, even now you've got the xCloud onto it. You can stream it straight to your computer to play all the Xbox games. You don't need a graphics card. So you skip the $1,500 to buy the brand new latest graphics card in your computer to play the new games, and then you could just go play xCloud on the PC, and it streams all the Xbox games at 1080p. But that's where it's all going, streaming services, and which I'm all for. You don't have to buy video cards, consoles, have space taken up in your house when digitally everything's there, and you can just go for it. The only fear you have to have of that is if stores shut down, things like that, and But I think as the future goes on, that'll be more future proof, because if everything goes digitally, they've got to have a backup where people can access what they bought even if the company goes under, sort of thing.
You would hope.
You hope. But, big companies like Xbox, Sony, and that, if one of them ended up going under, I'm sure the other one would absorb it. And, you'd have your accounts on them or whatnot.
Yeah. 1 Inch Bicep says, I like the white and red one better, but figured get the limited edition one while I can. Makes sense. Chappie McChapster said that when Days Gaming was over there bending over.
I know. I was realizing that. I was like, oh shit, they can probably see more than that. Hopefully that would something that would get me banned. But here, so let me turn so I can turn my camera off so I can answer or show them. Like I have here this for the Atari here, Donkey Kong and Junior. But then I thought maybe I had it boxed. Like I knew that I did, but it's not for Atari. I have it boxed for the Intellivision.
Look at that.
That's an interesting cover. Like they didn't even screw around with the box art. They're like, we know you love this fucking arcade game. Don't you want to play it in your home? Like that's what they did. They literally are like advertising the actual cabinet.
Yeah, too bad that the Intellivision version is shit compared to the other versions.
Yeah, it is. I played it the other night. It sucked. I would much rather play the Atari version.
Well, the Coleco version is way better than both.
Oh, and then I grabbed this too while I was over there. This is for the Intellivision. Burger Time.
Nice.
This is a fun game. It's a hard game, but it's fun.
Yeah, Wiley says, I like the dancing Donkey Kong. We bought a bag of Atari 2600 games from a car boots sale flea market. Nice. 1 Inch Bicep says he has the arcade version. Look at that. I think I have a Coleco version in the garage somewhere of Donkey Kong.
Oh, I have a Coleco, the Smurfs game. You remember the Smurfs game on the like the Atari and television? I have that box for the ColecoVision, but
have you ever?
I have a ColecoVision, and I've actually never hooked it up because I think I'm missing it. I had it for a while, and I never had I've just never come across ColecoVision games, and whenever I have, they're really expensive. So I never had a game to play it. And then one year for Christmas, my wife gave me that as a gift, like the box Smurf for the ColecoVision, and I've yet to hook up my Coleco to play it.
Well, let me tell you a little secret about the Smurfs game on ColecoVision.
Is it where you can see Smurfette naked?
Hell yeah, Smurfette naked.
Of course, man. I did that when I was younger.
Just gonna order a copy on eBay now. One
of my friends showed me it when I was a kid. We were like, hell yeah.
Hey, look at those pixels.
Smurfette, no dress. It was pure just a blue Smurf, but it was like, damn.
When you're a kid, everything's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of that was one of the topics I wanted to get into. Is there any games that you guys have played as a kid that you're really good at that you can go back to now and you still remember like all the secrets, all the moves, all the tricks?
Yeah, like the first Super Mario Brothers, I can fly through that and not die.
Nice, because I was playing. What the hell was I playing? DuckTales, and I was playing it.
Yeah, that game's good. I could get pretty far in that too.
Right, and I'm doing all the secrets, and my kid's like, "Well, how'd you know that was going to be a secret?" I'm like, "Well, because I had it as I had it on regular Nintendo." She's like, "Well, you remember that?" I'm like,
"Of course."
Yeah, how can you forget
those images of those rooms with like you can keep going like on the first level where you can jump up higher over the steps,
right?
And get to like the second level, like that. Those images are burned into our brains like lyrics of a song. Like you will see that and forever know that you need to go up there on that roof because that first time you did it was such an incredible experience that it's like burned into your brain. You're like, holy shit, man, I just found a secret.
Yep. And it's amazing how you could do that. You could not play a game for 20, 30 years, pick it up, and you're like, never miss a step.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
And it's funny because if you ask me what Sidekick Max's birthday is, completely catch a blank. I'll be like, fuck, I don't even know.
That'll be
If
me.
you ask
That's
me about
me.
the secrets in Mega Man, I'll be like, it's right there.
Probably for me, the game I play, probably no secrets in that, but I can just fly through, which is pretty simple, but I know every little in and out thing to do it. It's probably the Shenmue series.
I've never actually played a Shenmue game.
Oh my lord, oh, my heart hurts.
I
You need to play it.
is that
It's amazing.
was it on a Dreamcast?
Dreamcast, yeah. It
Yeah, I
was the
played a
first.
little bit of it on Dreamcast a couple years ago. Like I did not play it when I was younger, and I bought it. I got it really cheap at a yard sale. I think I only paid a couple bucks for it, and I started playing it, and it was interesting. Like I just didn't have a lot of time to dedicate to it to get far into it, but I could see, especially at that time, how groundbreaking of a game it was.
Yeah, it was the first open world 3D game in a sense,
Yeah.
like JRPG. It's like Yu Suzuki opened the way for it. Like the story, number 3 was great for people that are Shenmue fans, but the story didn't progress far. But it's a very slow game. You go around, you got to talk to people, kind of investigative style. Got lots of mini games in it. It's the Yakuza series basically based off it, you could say. So if you played Yakuza, that's sort of what Shenmue is, except it's not as constant, fast-paced action like in the fights and stuff. It turns because it's a built off Virtua Fighter. So when you get into the fights, it's like Virtua Fighter, side scrollish sort of thing. But it was all. But the game was meant to be basically a JRPG Virtua Fighter 5, but it ended up turning into Shenmue. So definitely something you have to play. 100%. 100%.
I don't know. I can
It's worth-
I can pop in Contra today and just like fly through that game.
I've never really got although that one I know had a little go at it. It's extremely fast paced, isn't it? Contra, very
It's a run
fast
and
paced
gun
shooter. Yeah,
It would have
I
been.
really like
Yeah,
Gunstar Heroes. That's one I could get through, pick up and just go for.
yeah, that's a fun game.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't played it very much, but I know I have played it. Like, it's a good game though.
Wiley
You'll have to
says,
forgive
what
all
was
the
life
noise.
like before commercial internet? My internet died for 3 days and it was okay because we do stuff outside of the internet.
Yeah.
Oh man, life before the internet was so great.
Yeah, it was just people had to interact with each other. Like there was, like if someone sends you a message, you don't feel obliged. You had, in a sense, you had more personal freedom because
freedom.
everyone.
You had freedom.
Yeah. If you
I dragged my feet for a while to get a cell phone, and when I first did, and I'm still to this day, I'm somebody that like I just do not communicate a lot on my phone. Like people, if they want me, they can get in contact with my wife.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love that, but it's like yes, the cell phone completely robbed you of your ability to just be yourself and not have
ignore
to be
people
on all the time. Yeah.
If you didn't want to see someone, you just didn't call them or you didn't see them. But now,
you were ready
as you can see with Messenger, like Facebook Messenger, Twitter, and that, when someone sends you a message and you see it, and then if it comes up that you've seen it, then it's on your mind. Oh, you feel like you have to reply, you have to communicate with that person.
Yeah.
Back
then, just the even act of making a phone call was more a pain in the ass. Like especially if you had like a rotary phone, which I remember we had as a kid. Like that's a chore to dial out 10 numbers, or 9 numbers or ever back then it would have been just 7 numbers.
I remember as a teenager not having a mobile phone, you go to the pay box. Do you how you can reverse call someone, charge them back? What we used to do was when it says leave your name, like when it says please state your name so it lets the person know who's calling.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of seconds in there. We used to say meet us at such and such. So we used to use it as a communication tool.
Yeah.
So when they answer, it's like, this is a reverse charge call from, and then it's like, meet me at such and such.
Meet me at the Wendy's.
Yeah. Would you like to accept the call? It's like, no, I just received the message. You know, I remember doing things like that from a telephone box.
Hell yeah, man.
And it's,
because normally you'd get a call like that, and it would be like from like a relative you don't even know.
Yeah.
And they're like, a collect call from Ruby McGinnis, and you're like, yeah, just give it to me. We'll take it.
Hell no, just hang that shit up. Sorry, I didn't get it.
You're not gonna respond to your dear Nana.
Hell no.
And then when you wanted to speak to your girlfriend at the time, you used to have to drag the phone with the cord into your room or sit outside the door and shut the door.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to get the long cord if you wanted to have like a private call. But then the fucking best ever was when I got a phone in my room. Because then
the only problem was if it was on the same phone line, they could listen in.
Hear exactly,
Yep.
but you'd have
and
to
then
like
the internet.
But you would
you're
know.
Talking to someone,
you would always
hear,
know if somebody picked up because it would be like click.
Yeah,
like
you'd hear a click and then an echo.
Yeah.
And then the internet too in the background. Beep boop beep. Who's on the internet? Hop off! I'm on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I
mean, those days were memorable, but like in honesty, I mean, it's like everything was a lot slower because it wasn't as instant as it is today. Like you said, getting on the internet was a chore. Making a phone call was more of a chore. You know, it's like, but it just, life was slower and it allowed you to do other things. Like now everything is so fast paced.
Look it up.
That you don't necessarily slow down and appreciate stuff as much as you did, I think.
Look it up.
30
Porn,
years
you had
ago.
to download it overnight. 3 megabyte video or something.
Yeah, dude.
Getting a picture like
there wasn't even that. Like if you the only way you could get like info for games would be on the playground. You know, like somebody might have printed off like some shit from the internet, but that was like, you know, I remember it was just like notes, like handwritten notes that we would give to each other about tips for video games.
Yep. Exactly.
Then there'd always be the one guy that would lie and say like some weird shit.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, we did that all the time.
Fucking...
Like to the one kid like that you knew that was gullible, like tell him some stupid shit for him to try.
Yeah. Like yeah, if you go to the Mario and you go to the water level, it'll take you to a secret fucking extra world.
Yeah, you got to go right. Just go right down that first area where it sucks you down. It's a warp. It's like death. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like Super Mario Brothers 3, I can like beat that game. Like that's a lot of like I don't know. I played a lot of like unhealthy amount of Mario as a kid. I think like I love the Mario games, and then like Mario World. Like that might be my most favorite game of all time. Like discovering the secrets in that game to like get through that map to like 100% that map.
And then flip it and do the bonus map.
Yeah, exactly. Star Road.
Yeah.
Like that game, dude, I spent a lot of time playing that because I was in middle school when the Super Nintendo came out, and I had one and I played that. And the crazy thing, the only reason I even got a Super Nintendo is because our house got burglarized and they stole my fucking NES and games. So
damn,
we were allowed to. It was, I don't know, at the time it seemed like shady to me, but it seems pretty normal now. Like basically the what the hell? Hang on just a minute, guys. I gotta take this call. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You know what retro game I really like, Tony? Road Rash. Those games. They're great.
Those are pretty good.
I don't know how I feel about the new one. What's it, Road Redemption or something?
Something like that. I never played it.
Yeah.
Show says Mario World you can do completely without a guide. Yeah, because they basically like highlighted like this level has another fucking exit. Mike Garcia says he said his wife takes his calls.
Maybe it's
probably
his wife calling him. Get off! Come here.
What are you doing with your little friends on the internet? Come over here and wash dishes.
Rolls up a newspaper, starts beating him around the head with it. Go and get it.
Show, yeah, those red dots. Yeah, I think the only one that was really hard was that there was like a hidden keyhole in one of the like ghost houses or something that was kind of hard to get to. It was pretty much everything was telegraphed. Like, hey, there's an extra level here. Hey, there's an extra thing here.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I've got to. My son, I guess, has got running a fever, and he's been throwing up. We're trying to give him medicine, so I'm gonna have to take him to the doctor. Like he'll be
That's all
fine.
good.
He'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Hope all goes good,
had
man.
he had a COVID test done yesterday, and it came back negative. So I know it's not that. He's just got had a bad cold. So I got to take him to the doctor.
No
All
worries, dude. Hope all goes well. I might bounce as well. I might head off. What are we hitting? 2:35. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it
I
was
might,
getting ready to end anyway.
It was fun. I'll
Thoughts
talk
and
to y'all
prayers.
later, though.
Take it easy.
Too
be
easy,
well.
dude.
Bye.
All right. You got to wrap it up, Tony.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
Yep.
Thoughts and prayers with Days Gaming's kid.
Yeah. Hope everything goes well for him. Never want to
Thank you for
hear.
everybody that was here. Thank you for all the people watching. Run of Heavens, Days Gaming.
Thanks for having
jumping on.
us.
Big shout out to Vito getting beat up at Netflix.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
It's a celebrity
You know
now.
how we do it here on this channel. Love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.